Okay, welcome to another demo day. I think this is our sixth demo day. Been a couple times now. Very happy to have you in such large numbers. Today we have 30 teams pitching. I would just please like a round of applause for everybody. 30. So, before we start, we have four wonderful judges here today. I would like you all to introduce yourselves to the crowd, starting with Ivan Bielac.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ivan. I'm currently CEO of a company called Neon Labs, building Parasol as infrastructure on Solana. And I'm very happy to be seeing what you guys are going to be presenting today, as I'm also in a pre-revenue stage with Parasol. And all bribes, that can result in points can be safely placed here. Cash only, no tokens. So yes.
Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me. I'm Vidor. I'm the co-founder of Soulflare. I've been professionally dabbling with blockchain, probably the better part of my life, on Solana for the past 6. We built Solana's first self-custodial wallet, and we love this ecosystem, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys got for us.
Amazing. Thank you for the support, as always. Marco?
Hello everyone, Marco from the development agency Bitex, doing mostly product stuff, been in crypto from 2017, from last few years mostly in Solana, and that's it from my side.
Amazing, thank you so much.
Hey everyone, I'm Stan Nedic, partner at V3 Ventures. We're essentially a Web3 VC focusing on early stage startups, so pre-seed and seed stage. Have been in the blockchain space since 2017 myself. And yeah, happy to be here and looking forward to all the pitches. Best of luck, guys.
Please a round of applause for the amazing presentation. It's definitely not a small task today, so right now it's 1 p.m. and we're planning to be here at least until 5 p.m., so please do bear with us, and please do account for the time. Today's format is going to be 3 minutes pitching, 3 minutes for the AMA, and 1 minute for the buffer while you guys switch and everything, and we're going to be very harsh on the time limit. So please, if you're over, we're going to just stop you in your tracks, maybe if you have a couple of seconds, but otherwise you're just going to be stopped, and you're going to be judged on what you presented in those 3 minutes plus the 3 minutes of questions. As far as prizes, if you have not, please do submit your application on Superteam Earn on the track, the official Superteam Balkan Southeastern Europe track. And we have 5 prizes for the top 5 winners, contestants, placements, which are, I believe, $3,000 for the first spot, all the way down to $1,000 in USDG for the 5th place. We also, if the judges have like a favorite that they really liked and that isn't falling into the top 5, we may give an honorable mention if you guys want. If not, if there's nobody special and everything else is boring, then we'll save off with that. All right, that's pretty much it from my side. Joseph, you want to?
Is this broadcast?
Yes, we're live.
Did you mention to the teams?
Also, I mean, most of you know because you've been hanging out with us for a couple of weeks. We are live streaming this from all the cameras around here. So please do feel the public pressure of the entirety of Solana looking at your pitch online. And that's about it. We can, unless you have some more words, we can kick it off. Please do take a microphone.
Okay. A couple of logistic stuff. Don't speak in the background. If you speak, I will actually get mad because you're absolutely disrespecting everyone. And just like single word, or if your ringtone goes on, it's gonna distract somebody. So like make sure that your phones are off and respect the time there. Also, if your team's participating, don't take too long. Like be ready to go next. I think Željko has a Telegram group chat, and make sure that you're next on the line ready. So be here and be ready to like make a switch as soon as possible, because with 30 teams, each one taking 2 minutes, that's an additional 2 hours to just set up. The pitch format is, as Matthias says, like 3 minutes for pitching. Ideally, it's like 2 minutes, so we're kind of laid back there. Plus 3 more minutes for questions. It doesn't have to be 3 minutes, like judges, it's up to you, as in it can be lower, but not more than that. If you're like on your last slide, but it's 3 minutes, we're not really gonna pause you immediately, finish the last slide, but you're taking away from your questions time. And advice regarding questions, if somebody asks you a question, don't answer for 3 minutes. Like, answer for 30 seconds, be very brief, concise. If you don't know the answer or don't feel like answering, just say next. That's it. Nobody's gonna mind. Or say we can chat about it later in the backstage. But you want people to actually be able to ask you a question. If one judge asks you, the other ones don't get to have their questions answered. But it's up to you to control that time. Be ready to go next, because some things might finish in 2 minutes, as in like there is an actual schedule in a Telegram group chat, like times. But don't be like there in the backstage and not ready. Like you might actually go 10 minutes early, maybe 5 minutes late. Like the time is flexible there. As somebody finished early, doesn't have questions, okay. And I think, two final notes. Stage fright. There's always somebody that like freezes, etc. Nobody minds it. Like they can only respect it. You're not gonna leave bad impressions. Sometimes you can also be fully prepared and just like blank out before the screen. Don't feel any pressure, and if you do, you can literally just go back to the stage and take the next turn. Like, it's fine if you're like completely blacked out, reset. Don't like abuse it, but if you're actually like shaking, etc., take a deep breath, go back if it takes, or literally take half a minute, look at the people, get relaxed, and continue. And as a final one, just like a quick note, there are veterans here, as in people that have won the previous Buildstation, won at Colosseum, etc. So I just want to address it because ultimately they have a better chance of winning because they're very experienced, they know how to pitch, they already maybe now have productive revenue. But we have given everyone an opportunity because, like even Jurassic Finance, they just closed a raise or are about to close a raise to $200,000. Ultimately, all of the people that are pitching don't have money in their pockets. Like they're still very early stage, pre-revenue or very early revenue. Nobody is safe, not secured. So you all have absolutely equal respect from us and equal opportunities. If somebody raised like $1 million, $500,000, $2 million, and they're like already secure, we did tell them to, or you can pitch, but you're not going to get a reward set up. But just to make sure we're aligned there. Everyone has like the same opportunity, and everyone that's pitching is still in like a fight or flight mode. Like fight or do or die.
We gotta go.
Yeah, okay, good.
Thank you, Joseph, for the kind words. Please, a round of applause for Joseph, who's been helping out here. All right, for the themes, the first theme we will be starting with will be the Sage and Nikolai. For all the teams, please enter on this side, don't go around, and Željko is technical support for any scheduling problems and any technical stuff that you may need. With that, I'm going to sit down, shut up, and enjoy the show. Thank you, guys.
Hello, my name is Nick. I'm presenting you the Sage on-chain legal agent. Intellectual properties are estimated at $80 trillion worldwide, and copyrights alone $8 trillion in US. Founders create IP assets every day, and it isn't legally defensible. And hiring a lawyer to assemble ownership proofs cost $250,000. So we build the rails to protect intellectual property. We integrate it into Solana ecosystem, X402 payments. We're offering also LLMs, image generation, and document generation for ensuring that everyone will get all from intellectual property. And this is anchoring in real law practice. We made an NFT that prove ownership and creation time, which is in compliance with new Clarity law that just dropped. And we built knowledge fingerprint, which looks like this. This image has encoded all the data about your IP without revealing their contents. So what we're offering, to create one agent that will scout for you for your intellectual property across any platform that you're using, Telegram, Slack, GitHub, everything. It creates fingerprint that just contain similarity information and hash for direct matches of your trademark or copyright. And we built agent that will help you to enforce your IP. For example, as IP enforcement assistant, he will search internet and find any copyright infringement, and you can just send prepared DM that will force someone to cease operation under your name without permission. Here's the team. I'm Nicola Kisel, ex-Glassnode senior software developer. I'm 14 years in IT, and also a new joiner, Balkan Prince, which is also co-founder, half of shares. He finished University of Bucharest and International Law MBA of University of Berlin. He's 7 years in crypto, and we have 30 plus AI co-founders. Thank you very much.
Should I start? Thanks for the pitch. You said this is all grounded in law practice, but there are obviously well-established registries of patents, trademarks, IP, and to file those, you don't really need $250K, but more like $200?
Yes.
So can you sort of provide us with a sort of an overview why this is better than what exists?
Yeah, correct. So I cannot fight patent bureau of US, for example, because it's established law across the globe. But we can work with copyrights and trademarks, which is essentially what founders keep to register, or after some time when you actually raise money and you will have complaint from someone, for example, from patent troll, you have to prove your ownership of this asset, and this is hard after law is established.
Yeah, but Solflare did it for $400. To put into perspective.
Yeah, that's great addition.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions?
What is the business model? How do you earn money from this?
Yeah, so registering NFT is background job that we do with agent. And that is retainer for us as a company. So we have people that already put the knowledge and every information hosted on our end. And we provide help with enforcement with IP agents and AI.
How do you help with enforcement?
Enforcement agent scout for you for infringement.
Yes.
And then you can prepare DM to some people who have to cease, or you will file a court.
So enforcement is I send them an angry message.
Essentially, that's exactly how it works.
Okay.
Can you give us just a quick example of a cost of somebody using you? So how much would it cost with you?
Yeah. So to create NFT, we just put 0.2 Sol on chain as rental price for CNFT, and later you just pay nothing literally for any additional registration of additional IP or trademark. And agents is with X402, you pay as you go, and it's also cheap, maybe cents of dollar.
What's your go-to-market strategy?
Go-to-market strategy is two-way. First one, personal like reach for some people that already missed some window to register copyright and trademark. Other one is just to make some agents that will say you like some kind of your car is license is expired, please call us, and such of expansion.
All right. If there's no further questions, thank you very much. Up next, we have Mihai with Gamebits. Let's get around. There you are.
Hi everyone, I'm Mihai from GameBytes. We're building a games marketplace similar to Steam, which allows anyone to earn money while playing their favorite games. I previously built a Counter-Strike and Rust skins marketplace, which generated over $10 million in revenue. And opportunities like that exist because how massive platforms like Steam are. Steam has over 100 million active players monthly and $16 billion in yearly revenue, making it the most profitable company per employee in the whole world. And yet, over 50% of their player base express a strong desire to make money while playing games. But to do that, You either need to be a coach, a streamer, a esports player, or maybe into Web3 games. But that excludes 99% of gamers. We've built a simple desktop app where users can buy games, skins, battle passes, and earn rewards. We monetize each marketplace transaction and take an 8% fee, while returning half of it back into the player rewards pool. Users earn rewards based on their performance, playtime, and achievements. Our MVP started with battle passes, distributed to 30 gamers. It grew to over 300 users in just 2 months, with no paid marketing, just word of mouth. These users generated over $5,000 in revenue, while we returned $2,000 to our high-value users. Based on the success of our MVP and our 8% fee, we estimate a path to $200 million in annual revenue. Now, we are launching the full marketplace, with the support of a gaming creator network with over 1 billion total views. As I previously mentioned, I built a Counter-Strike and Rust skins marketplace, which generated over $10 million in revenue and $2 million in profits. Tudor published a game on Steam with over 10,000 downloads, and Alex co-founded the largest shipping aggregator in Romania, with over $40 million in revenue. This is Game Bytes. Game on.
I'd love to see that most of you have cut down to 2 minutes. Very, very impressive. All right, who's going to go first?
My quick question is, I remember, this from
Last demo day.
last demo day. Yeah, I liked it. What changed between October, November, and today?
So we took 3 more months after the demo day to launch, and started to. The thing is, because of my previous experience, I know that to satisfy the gaming marketplace, you need to have the biggest quality for the users. Like, quality of life must be out of the roof. Mm-hmm. And that's what we did. So we coded for over a year and something to make it as good as possible for the users. So, and we went live, basically. That's the short story.
Just curious about the 8% fee. Sounds a little bit on the high end. What's the sort of basis for it?
It's actually on the low end.
Okay.
Steam takes 30% for games. We will take around 15% for games. And on the community market for the skins, they take 15%. So we are half of everything they have.
Okay.
You gone in a bit fast. So where does the money come from? Like, how do players earn? By buying games that game developers distribute? Gamers earn through many things. The first thing is the skins marketplace. Users trade between them skins, and we take a cut. Then half of that cut goes into the player rewards pool, and they can play and earn that money. So the assumption is that users who hold, let's say, Counter-Strike Go skins will come to platform, deposit them there.
Exactly, and like there is a $250 million market just in skins. Mm-hmm. Like this is how much the skins marketplaces earn. And our idea is that we can take a lot of gamers, include them in the app, because we pay them, even if it's a bit. The other side doesn't pay you anything. And then we can go and try to do the Steam with revenue.
So this 100% relies on Steam-based skins?
No. At the moment, yes, Steam-based skins and games at the moment.
And do you what's your forward outlook related to Steam's policy on allowing marketplaces like this to exist instead of monetizing themselves?
So we have thought of this. They don't have a specific problem with marketplace existing, but if we were to succeed and are approaching becoming the Web3 of Steam, they will for sure cut down on them. But till then, maybe we can launch our own skins with our own games.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks.
Cool. Okay. That's it. Thank you, Mihai. Round of applause, please. Up next, we have Materialize and Museum. There you are. Sir, please. All right.
Okay. May I begin? Hello everyone, my name is Philip and I will be presenting Materialize as a product today. So to start off, we can see that there are plenty of great ideas everywhere around us and we can use AI models to generate them into content. However, there are no means currently that allow us to generate AI content into physical products. This disconnection is a problem and that is what Materialize aims to fix, to generate that connection. So we can, from recent events, see that one missing part can stop an entire system. And since global supply chains are fragile, one single issue, one single fault will be detrimental to an entire system, to the entire globe. And demand for on-demand and custom manufacturing is rapidly growing, as we can see on this graph. It's a huge market in general. So we fix this by introducing AI-generated manufacturing. We can see some models here, and basically we use AI to make that connection and be able to make on-demand manufacturing. So here's another model, decentralized machine network. So first we use the system to show sort of machine nodes that are nearby, and then the manufacturing itself is done locally. That is the important part. We send machine instructions to those local producers, and even though it's generated globally, we manufacture it locally. So Solana obviously matters here because, okay, it broke, because we can generate proof of make certificates, or well, proofs that can sort of prove that the model itself was generated and produced physically. Also, we have transactions, and Solana is important because they make everything quicker. So here is the road to decentralized manufacturing, so to speak. We start off with the reversed RWA, the NFC interaction layer, connected fabrication nodes through AI native manufacturing orchestration, and ultimately decentralized manufacturing infrastructure. We are a small team, this is us, and Materialize stands on the following principle: generated, routed, and manufactured. All of our questions.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Miodrag. Any questions from the judges?
Miodrag, what would be the reason for this to fail?
Reason to fail?
Yes.
There is no reason to fail.
There must be some reason.
People don't understand. Yeah, I could be the only reason.
Do you think that how did you measure like the market size, or do you have a go-to-market strategy? What cities would you open first? What are the ideas and options you have there?
I mean, there is a huge market in different places. You have spare parts, you have on-demand printing, you have souvenirs, toys, a lot of many broken things that you need to fix and wait like weeks for delivery from China or IKEA. You know IKEA. And we try to solve this like you can show demand on local and bring it somewhere in your close vicinity. Our strategy to go to market, we already started negotiations with one 3D printer manufacturer and one retailer that will offer our future platform as part of regular package just for free. So each bought product will be both 3D printer or CNC engraver could become nodes of in our DP network. We are just focusing on 3D printers and CNC engravers, but it can be spread to much bigger machines and much bigger.
I very much like the idea of using something that's not just DeFi, and Solana and Blockchain 4. So +1 point for that, -1 point for Alchemy t-shirt.
This one,
so it evens out. So.
Right. Any more questions?
Yeah, I'm one of those that understand this a bit less.
okay.
So you need to explain from my perspective, how would I discover this platform and how would I become a consumer of it?
First step in this phase that we are now, most likely you will buy 3D printer or CNC engraver that because you would like to print some things. Also, we will of course build community around it, but we are still not mature to spread the story about creating physical stuff from ideas. After that, I mean, many other ways will be, but in this phase, it will be through buying machine or through community.
But how does this look like? My sink breaks. I figure out I'm using 5 centimeters of plastic.
Yeah.
Instead of calling a plumber, I would do what?
In ideal case, this is what you will take a photo of. You will upload on our platform, enter some details, and you will have a generated solution that is not presented here.
And it would connect to you with local owners of 3D printers. They can go and collect these. They pay you, you take a cut, they get a cut for the print.
Yeah, you will have a list of closer, for example, they are closest to you, machines where you can print it out.
Okay, thank you.
And also we are working on that you can pay with Solflare NFC.
Okay, so you are based on a payment system, not a subscription model, tokens or something like that?
More on transactions system. We will take some kind of fees for that.
Thank you very much. Round of applause, please. Up next, we have Artem and Marshmallow. One thing I would like to kind of reiterate to the teams, make sure you're both mic'd up when you enter the stage. You know, that was kind of on mute for a bit on the live stream. And also the frame of the screen is from the end of the banner to the end of the video. So just account for that when you're pitching your thing. Thanks. You should know competitor either. Good.
Wait, this. Okay. Yeah. Hello, my name is Artyom and I'm presenting Marshmallow, which is a family-friendly savings wallet. We all know that saving dollars outside US is hard. We all know the story: Turkey, Latin America, Nigeria, unstable local currencies, and no access to US yield. Crypto has partially solved the problem, but only for a certain type of audience. So we all know that wallets like Solflare or Phantom have product market fit, but 80% of those users in that wallets are career-driven men, basically. And what about the other segments of users? What about families, kids, women, for example, just normal households? When we try to onboard them into those wallets, we inevitably encounter a lot of barriers. So what they actually want is they want two things. They don't want perps or prediction markets. They want simplicity and safety. And we achieve this via radical and opinionated changes in user experience. So we structure our onboarding in a way that even the least prepared user can learn about money basics, create a wallet, and grow the stake in the wallet towards his or her goals. What we don't have is we don't have gas fees at all. We abstract it away. We don't have hundreds of tokens that are distracting the user, and we do not have crypto jargon at all inside the wallet. Looking at the competitive landscape, we can see that inside the centralized services segment, we have a lot of entrants into the family/kids sub-segment. So you all know like Cash App families or Revolut kids. And recently, Binance and OKX started moving into that direction as well by creating Binance Junior and OKX something. What we propose is, but the decentralized services are lagging behind. So what we propose is to position ourselves into that segment as one of the first entrants. So yesterday, I launched the closed beta. And within 24 hours, I've been running around and been able to achieve the TVL of $6,300 and 25 users. A business model is a percentage of the yield earned, pretty simply. And a bit about me. Previously, I built an algo trading fund with $2.2 million of assets under management, and I built an educational platform called Mighty with 100K courses completed. Yeah, well, you can try it out. It's live in closed beta.
Thank you, Artyom. Questions?
Interesting to Why do you think Solflare is hard to use for women and children?
Okay, yeah. Very good question. Very good question. So, like, whenever you try to onboard, for example, I tried it with my mother. I tried it with my dad when he was not into crypto. The first questions, you wouldn't expect those questions. They're like, what is USDT? Is it like a token? Like, and then you have to explain them what is like USDT, that it's a stable coin, that is like, you better explain like digital dollar or something like that. And then they say like, what is stake? And like all of those questions, they just pile up. There is like 20 of them overall. It takes hours of explaining to just like explain what is going on here. And the UX of wallets like Solflare, it's really good. Like, don't get me wrong, the wallet, I use it every day. But for the beginner user, like, you have like prediction markets, you have perpetuals, you have all of those things, and they kind of work against Solflare in this way, because it's like too many things and there is no focus for that specific target audience. And if you like strip down everything and have like, the best would be to have only stable coins forever. Like they will just love it, because have auto everything by default without extra buttons. Auto staking, just deposit, stake automatically. A lot of stuff like this can be implemented, but it's very hard for somebody like Solflare to implement it, because they want all of this variety of features. Yeah.
So where's the yield coming from?
The users? Yeah, Perena, currently.
Perena.
MVP.
What yield annualized does Perena give?
6%.
6. And what's the percent that you take from their yield?
10.
So did you make any math? How much deposits would you need to get $1 million of revenue? Because I did this math many times.
It's actually not that much. Like you have like $1 million of revenue. It's going to be annualized per 10 millions of holdings.
So you're going to get $10,000 of revenue.
100. Yeah.
You're going to get $10,000 of revenue for $1 million worth of deposits.
Because it's actually, I've watched your tweet when you tweeted about like the volumes that needed to be making money on stablecoins, but actually that was a lot about swaps and not about like staking itself. So this is.
But
like,
where does the yield come from? How does Perena generate the yield?
They're running delta neutral strategies.
Okay. Well, I mean, to answer your question, for you to make $1 million, you would need to have $100 million in deposits. So what's your go-to market for $100 million in deposits?
So we go to emerging markets, and in emerging markets there is like a lot of money. Like I don't have exact number, but oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, but there isn't. Yeah, thank you. All right. Up next we have Jordan with Damon.
You're still streaming.
You get that?
Yeah, it's okay.
Quit that.
Yeah.
Quit that.
What's quit it? No.
Which is this?
Just. Hi, so this is Damon, a physical agent with a wallet. 1 second. So what happens when you combine Alexa, a wallet, and X402 Build-A-Bear? All powered by X402, we get Demon. Demon is a voice-first desktop or a pocket agent, pays for all his operations with USDC. It's fully X402 integrated, all the LLM and all the tools, and you don't need any accounts, no cloud, no subscription. So why now? The PaySH just dropped, which is the biggest library of X402s, supported by Google, Amazon, and other providers. The rise of interest in consumer AI is rising by the day. Like devices like Limitless Upload and B are proof of that. And the subscription model is collapsing. Crypto native people don't trust whenever you don't own something. So the self-folded silicon is on an ESP32 board with a 2.4-inch display. It has an integrated wallet, 2 microphones, one fully off one, which picks up whenever you call it to wake up. It's always on, always voice first, and PSH catalog is already preloaded out of the box. So how easy it is to build your own perfect body? We connect the device to online. You can open daemon.woko on your Wi-Fi, drop any AMD SKU or 4x2 endpoint, pick any of the preloaded from the catalog if you want, and tools become live in seconds. MCP for clouds and codecs is already integrated, so you can build like a buddy for your programming experience. The internet is your app store in a way, so every X402 on one can be added. There is already 80 plus APIs already shared on PSH, and all of them are backed by those huge companies like Solana, Google, Visa, Stripe, and AWS. We're not very far from the future where you can say, hey, Demon, buy me those shoes, or hey, Demon, order pizza. Spent already dropped an MD SKU, which you can drop in the, we already have it integrated in the hardware, where you can order stuff from Amazon, like Alexa, or you can use a Moon Agents card, which drops from MoonPay, to order a pizza or any kind of physical tangled anything, yeah. So this is the iterations. In March, I started with a small smiley face on the device. We went through that prototype, and we have like the almost final prototype here before we order the next one, which is going to be with thinner bezels and a bigger screen. So what's next? A pre-sale is open for $99 a piece. A bundle of our own X402 was released, which are for fun. The one is the uncensored model. The other thing is the technical analysis tools and digital faces as collectibles. About me, I'm Jordan, founder and dev, 12 years of dev experience, and MoonPay full stack engineer with a computer engineering degree. Thank you.
Judges, questions?
What's the price of manufacturing the device?
So the device currently sits around $35 to $40, but it can be lowered down with the production, the volume of production of devices, how much many are ordered.
Okay, yeah. I think you need to lower it down, right? Because now you're selling it for $99, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So with mass scale, you're going to be lowering down
scale,
by a few times.
That's correct.
Is there any other sources of revenue for you except digital faces?
Yes, the X402, which comes bundled with, it has a couple of LLM tools, so you can, the models you choose are our models at the beginning, but you can always replace the LLM with any other LLM which is X402 out there. This also allows the device to be subscriptionless. Even if we go under or people don't like the pricing of our LLMs, they can always choose something else. But our optimized for device, like they were using the latest ones, GPT-5 Mini and etc., which is the equivalent of that from other companies.
So if I understand this correctly, the value prop is voice-enabled device that plugs into an LLM that can route your intent everywhere to the internet, buy stuff for you.
Yes.
I think this would be the lowest hanging fruit for Anthropic to kill. Do you agree?
Well, there is the tangible part that it's a physical device.
That they're already building as a phone. Or ChatGPT, OpenAI actually.
ChatGPT, well, it's still kind of in the air, the device, which is it. There is also, GPT is building, but it's coming with the GPT preloaded, and it's going to be a subscription model oriented. Well, this is more of a decentralized, you drop the API which we want, X402 you like, and you can keep using it. Also, it's pay as a go, so.
Okay, so like, to put it bluntly, Linux users would love this.
Linux users and people a little bit more techy people, I guess.
Privacy oriented.
Yes, privacy oriented too.
How much time would you need to go to market with this?
So this is like a prototype tree, like I've been iterating pretty fast to it. With the next one, which is going to be coming with the bundle with the proper battery and so on, maybe I can have like something proper grounded for in the next 6 months.
But like to start selling, you know, not to show me the device.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Like, so the next one is already in the works. It's getting like final touches for a printer. The screen is going to be bigger. Like the general look and feel. So after that, it's pretty much we're going.
How much time would you need to build 1,000 of them?
1,000?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much scaling I don't think there is like faster or slower in that kind of process, because these factories are pretty much doing it, creating it in China and drop shipping it with the Flash software. Like I send them the software and the schematics and so on. They flash it, they produce them, and they drop ship them.
So
We're out of
time, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry to interrupt. Thank you very much. Alrighty, up next we have something very fun for you guys. Hopefully you guys know about it already. It is, of course, Jurassic Finance, entering on the wrong side. Just want to mention also we're progressing very nicely and on schedule, and we are halfway to our first break, so thank you for hanging in there, especially these judges. All right. Da. Granica mora biti.
Hello Sharks, my name is Alexander and I'm from Jurassic Finance. We're tokenizing dinosaurs. Ken Griffith in 2024 bought a Stegosaurus valued at $6 million for $44.6 million. It's 11 times its initial price. Today's market for dinosaurs, it's closed behind private auctions, 7-figure minimums, and auction houses. We fixed that. We fractionalize ownership on Solana and give people legally backed ownership of the underlying asset. Currently, we're raising on MetaDAO with a ROAR token that represents Jurassic Finance Labs. It's going to be our operations company, which is going to structure the SPVs. It's going to collect the actual revenue from the SPVs, and it's going to do all the groundwork based on that. It's going to be run by a governance model, Superteam, which is trusted by OmniPair, Umbra, created by MetaDAO. Everybody wants a dinosaur. It's just a human urge. We saw a huge push from Solana Foundation, Tolly, the second we dropped. For a 200 capped raise, we currently have 9.6 million committed. We have 6,000 and more on waitlist. And we spend zero on marketing, it's fully organic. Now, after we finish our raise, which is going to end in 3 days, we're going to launch the first SPV in Q1. It's probably going to be a Triceratops head, and it's going to be a $1 million raise. And in Q4, we're looking to launch a lending protocol, which is going to be at 50% TVL and 50% APY. This is bigger than Bowen's, so this is just a proof of concept for us. It's just starting as dinosaurs. Next, it can be gems, other natural history museum items and stuff like that. So this currently is like the elections in 2024 was for prediction market. I'm the CEO of Sora. I worked for 3 years in marketing of another RWA protocol, and Vukan has his own agency since 2021. Raw Raise is live on Fortario, and if you want to invest, contact Vukan on Telegram.
Looking forward to this round of judging. Let's see.
Who wants to go first?
How hard do you guys want it?
Time is ticking.
So why are you guys the best position to do this, and why couldn't someone with $1.2 million in their pocket do this instead of you guys?
Because they don't have the distribution that we do. So over the years, we worked in marketing for so many years. I've been a content creator since I was 12, and we know distribution better than anyone else on Solana. So, and also we have some experience throughout our careers. We met a lot of people that we also now work with. And we had a fantastic guerrilla marketing campaign for the past month, and that's what got us here. I don't think anyone can have that type of marketing that we've had, and we can just see that with the numbers.
So Logan Paul tokenized the Pokemon card. What is to say that he is not going to tokenize a dinosaur?
I don't care, he's a scammer. He scammed already 6 times. No one cares. Like, we think about crypto from 2017 to 2024 as one world, and then from 2025, at least myself, it's something completely different, and those people are just left in the dust. I think no one cares anymore about them.
Thank you.
How big is your distribution, now that you said what you said?
I'm pretty sure that every single person in the Solana ecosystem has seen our project, and it didn't exist 3 weeks ago. We didn't spend a single dollar. The connections we have are these guys. We don't have any money. He's unemployed. So.
Yeah, sad story, sad story.
Stan, Michael?
What's the plan on making money after the race? How do you plan to
Okay,
make
so there's 5 different revenue streams. The first 2 come from the actual SPVs, as every single SPV is its own token. So first we take 10% from every single raise. The first one is going to be $1 million, so we take 100K. And then once we tokenize the Dino, we also take 5% of that. So we take a 15% premium, which is something standard if you think of VC funds, how much they take. That's the first 2. The second 2 are from our strategic investment fund, where a part of our raised funds are going to go to a buyback wall at 80 cents for some period, so there's liquidity, because when we buy the Dino, we don't have any liquidity anymore. So we're going to have a buyback wall for paper handlers, because essentially, if you buy a Dino, you're going to hold at least for 3 years. If you want to exit after 2 months, you're going to have to do 20 cents on the dollar to give us. And the second, the second for the from the fund is BONE, Borrow on Native Equity, which is essentially 50% LTV, 15% APY, and people can even do looping. So you give us 10K of your Triceratops head tokens, we give you 5K USDC, you could buy more, etc. So those. And then the last one, which is I think the best one and our favorite one, which is because we have so much distribution, we're building like a real brand. So imagine like you invest in the Dino, and for 50 USDC you can buy a little model, maqueta of the Dino. You can put in your office, you can put in your house. Has a little, certificate of authenticity, and it connects you with the brand. So those are the 5 revenue streams.
Just a quick one regarding the transition to other stuff. I didn't quite understand that part. Like, don't you aim to buy more dinos rather?
Is that like elections in 2024 is like the poly market moment. What do I mean by that? So Jurassic is just. This is just a start. We want to tokenize so many more cool things from museums. I don't have any more time, but let's talk after.
Sure.
That was one of the best AMAs I've ever seen. Bukan is on fire. Thank you. All right, up next we have Tony from Bosnia. The high schooler that nobody believes us is underage, and the guy that rode in a bus for 12 hours all night didn't get a moment's sleep to get here. I picked him up in the rain at 7 a.m. this morning, so thank you for coming. I appreciate you very much. And yeah, thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Tony and I built Rental. Rental is a marketplace where you can sell any surface as ad space. It can be a t-shirt, a wall, a car, or even a slide in a pitch deck. In fact, this slide was auctioned on Rental and the highest bid was Wave. Currently, outdoor marketing has a $41 billion market, but there is no price discovery, no trust, and no infrastructure. So that's where Rental comes in. The process is easy. You list the surface, you set the floor bidding amount in USDC, and you let bidders compete. Highest bid wins, and you settle on Solana. Instead of surveys or waitlists, I actually did 3 live auctions. I auctioned front and back of my t-shirt, as well as the slide we just saw. And that's a real signal, because someone actually paid money to put a logo on my shirt. I learned that physical surfaces convert better than digital, because people love to see something when they walk in a room rather than a pixel on a screen. This isn't something new. People have been doing it for ages. For example, Andrew Fisher sold his actual forehead for $37,000 in 2005. My next steps will be to scale to 10 plus surfaces across next Solana events. Currently, I'm looking at Solana Summit in Belgrade. Whether it's a t-shirt or a billboard, my protocol is the same. Why me? I'm a blockchain developer since I was 13 years old, and I'm currently 18 and still enrolled in high school. I was guest at a Crypto Area podcast featured as the youngest blockchain developer in the region. Last year, I won 3rd place at Startup Village in Split, and I'm a proud member of Superteam Balkan. Currently, I do freelance work for German companies, and I ship code that mostly works. That's Rental, thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Looking forward to hearing from the judges. Any questions?
How do you plan to market this?
So I don't want to spend $1 to market it. I want my partner.
Neither do I just.
I want to actually market it. And I want when people walk into the conference to actually notice the logos and to see some conversion with it and without it, basically. At least to try.
I understand that you're initially focused on Solana events and conferences, but why would you limit your market size with that? Surely, if that works out well, you would expand to...
Currently, because I'm a solo founder, I want to create permission the marketplace by me. So I'll find sponsors and partner with people to put their services. I don't want to let currently random people to put their house for sale because I can't prove that they'll actually go with it. It creates a bunch of problems like escrow and you need to actually check if ad is there. Yeah, basically.
You seem like a nice guy, you know. Do you have friends? Why are you a solo founder?
I mean, you know my generation. What do you think how much 18-year-olds in Mostar in Bosnia wants to build something?
How much is your company going to be worth in 5 years, and what's going to be the biggest driver to the valuation?
Next, I don't know. I hope just to scale to next 10 surfaces and we will go from there. Maybe I'll pitch to another project, but I need to see first conversion and if this works out. If not, next year I'll come here with something different.
Is this a $1 billion business or is this not a $1 billion business?
It's not. Basically, for me, currently it's just an experiment. I want to see if people are willing to pay to put logo on my shirt. Then I'll see if people are willing to pay to put logo on a wall on Solana conference. I'll go step by step. So I won't buy the biggest fish.
How can 4 of us help you today, except for giving you maximum points?
Like if you have a booth in Summit, maybe we can put a logo that will be auctioned on my platform. Or maybe a logo in a wallet that will be auctioned and 50% to charity, 50 to me.
You mentioned that if this doesn't work out, you will come back with something else. And I remember you from Split. What did you learn from that project, and why do you think you can do better now?
So basically, the first project I came up with was too large. I'm a solo developer and I couldn't manage all of it because it requires hardware devices, partnership with big companies. But this I think I can handle. I can handle printing shirts, I can handle building a web app, and I can handle helping with organization. Yeah.
I agree that you can, but maybe it's a good point that he mentioned. Yeah. Maybe somebody else that can give you the second pair of eyes for the project.
Yeah, of course. So my partners will be helping with marketing and helping push it. I will just be the market provider, infrastructure provider. Yeah.
Cool. I think that's it. Thank you, Tony. Round of applause.
Thank you.
He said hypothetically in some wallet if we could find the surface. We don't know which one. All right, up next we have Passport Soul, a newcomer to the Buildstation who's been struggling, trying to make his project using Sonnet 4.6, and I appreciate that immensely because it's been a bloodbath, but he's managed to put something together and looking forward to seeing his first, let's say, production pitch.
So switch on that.
Ovdje ideš dalje, ovdje vraćaš.
Okay. Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about Solana, Passport Solana, a on-chain reputation. Let's start with the problem. Why you chose this? I chose this because of Sybil attacks. As you can see, there can be a lot of bots which can steal your tokens, and they can cause like huge problems. So almost $100 million in damages. And what causes equal airdrop of Solana, like equal rights to get tokens. As you can see, there is a real user and a bot. They have like same priority, despite this one always being way more on that. And that problem, Passport Solana solves. So how are we gonna do that? You have your wallet, and you work with us, and you get your Solana story. And as you place your tokens, as you load in, you get like some points, a bit less, a bit more, and that will help you to get a real human score. So how it works? You bridge in, then you collect stamps, and only once you pay for the minting fee, or you can pay later for additional badges. And if you like enough points, you can already get some rewards. How are we going to be able to monetize this? With projects. No users only pay for the minting fees, and projects pay for your product. They can be like $50 a month for just a regular package, and they can pay as they go or more if they want to have bigger project. What's the main weapon of this? Time. Bots can fake a long history of wallet with meaningful for purchases, or for example, they can't fake the special IRL events. Neither they can fake other interactions with other people in the community. And how we win? With more users. They make more history, which is harder for bots to make. And now humans will win and bots will lose, as opposed to bots win, humans lose. Okay, you're reaching the project. How will you be able to use it later? You have this API, maybe you add Passport Sol. You have score, eligibility, and stamps. So maybe I should remove eligibility. So you would do NFT project or Discord group, or maybe even like DFI scoring. You could set your own limits, or like your threshold, and we just do the identity check and score check. So essentially you set your limits for if you're gonna go easy or hard. So about my team, I'm doing solo, and I'm still a university student. That's it.
Nicola, anything from the judges?
What project do you currently see as competition? Because there have been many projects trying to do.
Most Solana ID.
Okay. How do you compare with them?
I have some tokens, but they have like their score. Mine will be you use my API, and then you can check for your score. And the main thing is it's the collectibles. If you want to brag with others, you can collect a bunch of IRL stickers or stamps, and you can show some rare events. That will be like the main difference.
I worked with Solana ID for some time, so I know the problems with this. How do you solve indexing? So when somebody pings your API, do you have a database, or you route it through some indexer? Or how do you know, for example, the score of the wallet that they need to check now?
I'm checking for the blockchain. It's all written. The passports are written on the blockchain.
Okay, but you have to keep some score. You have to index it before.
Maybe I would make a database with scores and passport IDs.
Okay.
That would be like the main part. Maybe if I had a database.
Okay. The second problem that happens often is that people don't want to claim airdrops with their main wallet anymore. So, I don't know, for example, I'll pass on $10, $20 airdrop if I need to claim it with my wallet. So I would propose to thinking some solution that you can connect wallets.
Yeah, it could be a very good to make like add another account if you want to use your main, or just go to IRL events and make sure you claim with other accounts if possible.
Yeah, do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good pitch. This is a valid problem. We face it every day. So you're charging $49 for the project monthly, and then 5 cents per eligibility check for a call.
Oh, a bit less or more. I don't know like exact pricing, but I could like see exact how much will be the pricing.
So like, there are many people doing airdrops, I assume, but then the ceiling of your revenue is tied to the amount of projects actually sort of doing airdrops. And today we're seeing more like pump fund launches, less like actual token airdrops.
Maybe I could implement also pump the fund to also check. Maybe I could implement also that.
That's a good idea.
But problem is just rug pulling.
Yeah.
Rug pull, that's the main problem.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any question?
Yeah, my main concern is also how you're going to attract enough clients to be sustainable and generate good revenue.
I will show
like
them
essentially what Vidor said at the end.
I will show them that it can be used against stable attacks, and they will be like, hey, we can get more tokens and not being stolen by the bots and sniped. They will like the main idea to advertise.
But you need to work with about like 100 projects just to generate 5K revenue, right? Per month?
Okay.
Can't let it
Yeah,
extend.
no
Thank you
worries.
so much, Nicole. Okay, up next we have Wished from Kirill. Welcome, welcome.
Is it on air or pro?
I can share screen share.
This is for the.
Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Kirill, happy to introduce you Wished. It's like Copilot for day-to-day DeFi operations. What's broken in DeFi now for DeFi protocols, so it's a funnel. We have like more than 50 million wallets active on Solana and EVM for 30 days. And only 500,000 of them interacted with three more DeFi protocols, and only 27 of them have more than 5K in the wallet. So it's because DeFi is still complex, for these users. And it previously was the same with programming, it was extremely complex, but now we have a lot of tools to even users who don't know about anything about this, they can build prototype and do stuff. So I suggest to put frequent DeFi operations in AI Copilot, which will assist users with their day-to-day operations. And it's better to show how it looks like. So there are two modes, like Composer mode for frequent operations, which user does, and General mode in which he can just ask what is the best yield on Solana. And in Composer mode, for example, he can choose from a set of predefined actions. Agent will draw him a widget where he can do more things, and it will check and it will do all checks for transaction which user wants to perform. Wallets is still his, so he will need to sign it in the interface, and later application will suggest some automations. It's not a LAM automations, just usual liquidation protection, etc. So yeah, business model is still in progress, but it probably will be subscription and some fee for automation. So yeah, I'm Kirill. First time with Solana was in 2029. With my team, we took second place on Solana Season Hackathon. Then I was a co-founder of Collective DAO. It's a liquid staking protocol on Filecoin. At peak, we had like 1 million TVL and earned 30K fee for storage providers and stakers. And this is kind of like some proof that I have some experience with AI agents. And that's all. Yeah, thank you.
All right, time for questions. Maybe Stan, or sorry.
No, please. What do you see as biggest security risks from using this?
Security, first security risk was possible that agents will manage keys and funds will be in custody of agent. I removed it. Second security risk is automations, how well automations are done, like liquidation protection and so on. So it's also removed by like good code which protects users from losing money, and it's not like written by LLM. And I guess next risk are only by like what agent suggests, and it will be limited by guardrails of the agent in the app.
I think it's a very interesting idea to remove UX in favor of chatting with the bot and AI, etc. I think that's a very good idea, etc. I think the biggest, drawback to, convince me would probably be around security to start using something like this, because at that point you're like, should I learn or should I? Yes.
And which risk do you have in your mind?
No, it's basically like I sign up for this product, and in my mind the first question is, am I sure that this is going to do exactly what I told it to?
Yeah.
What will happen, etc. So that needs to somehow get mitigated, I guess. Yes, then.
No questions.
So your thesis is that DeFi is hard to navigate, but your solution does not look much different than a DeFi app today, because users will still need, okay, I want to swap, okay, I still want to earn yield, not even to talk about the more abstract or more complex concepts like limit order, stop losses, perps. So how are you actually solving the problem of navigating DeFi?
For example, how would you like navigate yield like right now?
So
where you will go?
Let's say for some miracle I hold USDC, I would want to tell the system I just want to earn money here.
Yeah, this is maybe Artem's project for Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put your money, and this is more like for users which are like in the middle, like of this funnel. And like they already experienced something, they know how to lend to Solana, for example, but they need more complex operations like rebalancing. They need daily notifications like where they can rebalance their money and so on. And yeah, this is only 1 week work, and it's not in there yet.
No, I mean for 1 week it's amazing.
Yeah.
Solflare built the same thing, it took us a year, so congrats.
Yeah, hope we will try it soon.
It's called magic.
Yeah, I suggest sign for beta.
All right, that's it for time. Thank you, Kirill. Before the break, we have 2 more Giga Chads. These are gonna be very technical ones, so I'm very glad they are right before our break. First off, we have Darko with Lucid, and this is basically one of our first ever entries to try to win the public good track. So let's see what Darko has for us.
How do we judge the business model then?
You don't?
You don't?
Does he save the world? That's
a business model.
Yeah, we need, to live forever or to.
You need to check how public it is and how good it is.
I saw this, I like this.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Interesting.
This is Lucid, and we are solving by signing on Solana. So imagine you're a signer on a protocol governance, you buy a hardware wallet, you create multi-sig, go to sign a transaction, and you basically see this. You have no idea what you are signing. Ethereum has standard for this, but Solana has no equivalent. So the hardware wallet shows nothing, trust falls back to the UI, and then when that UI gets compromised, you end up losing $2 billion in 21 months. Even though every signer was on a cold wallet. Lucid is a clear signing protocol for Solana. Programs ships intents which are templates generated from the program IDL, each with human readable text that's rendered on chain, that's rendered on the device itself, outside of any compromised host. And on-chain program verifies the signatures, and if there is any tampering, the transaction is rejected. This is how it looks like. In the top row we have ledger currently with the buy signing, and in the bottom row we have a ledger with the Lucid showing human readable messages. Why now? Last month happened one of the biggest DeFi hacks in history. Every governance team is now rethinking how they are signing. Anza shipped the off-chain message specification 5 months ago, and Trezor is adding a signed message implementation in June. So the momentum is here, and we want to be first. Our core product is the on-chain protocol, and we have shipped the first product on top of it, a complete multi-sig, which users can use to interact, create wallets, and interact with any coding knowledge needed. The idea is validated by the Ledger CTO and Helios CEO. They both asked for the clear signing on Solana last year, before we even existed. I'm Darko. I'm senior blockchain engineer at MetaWealth, where I'm leading development of real estate tokenization platform on Solana with over 85 million euros in assets under management.
Amazing. Any questions from the judges?
What do you need to make this even better?
The best thing would be to implement this in a hardware wallet firmware. So we should, every protocol should deploy their intents on chain or in some centralized storage, but that's the implementation detail, and we would need to implement what I did in on-chain program in the firmware itself. So it would probably be the best.
So for me to understand this a bit better, your smart contract on Solana implements some intents, like transferring money or swapping. And
yes. So every program needs to specify their instructions with the intents. So every instruction needs human readable message. And we sit between protocol, between the on-chain program and between signing. We just inject the human readable message, and after message signing, we just broadcast it to the blockchain, and on-chain program knows how to reconstruct the transaction based on our intents.
So let's say Titan, the aggregator, publishes some IDL saying you're going to give one Solana and receive at least 95 USDC, and they publish that intent. That intent is sort of verbalized, and you do a signature of that string with probably sending money somewhere to your smart contract, that then takes that message and the money is sent and sort of forwards it to Titan to do the aggregation. Is that roughly right?
So our on-chain program knows how to do CPI based on that intent.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, protocol developers of some on-chain program needs to give us actually the intent. So they know the best their protocol and what's the intent of that instruction.
Okay, this is amazing. We've been fighting with Ledger for 2 years to get the signed message standardized, and since December they've did a breaking change that makes every Solana transaction rendered as blind signing.
Yeah.
Unless you use their AI, and for you to not use to blind sign, you need to rely on their backend. So my personal opinion is it's a catastrophic move in the wrong direction for the space, and we definitely need something like this.
Yeah, when you start using Solana with Ledger, first thing you need to do is you need to go to the options and to the settings and enable blind signing.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense. You pay $100 for the wallet and you have no idea what you're signing. And the standard for Ethereum they made in 2024, it's probably okay. Ethereum is more mature than Solana, and Solana programming model is probably the harder because there are also the accounts, not only instruction call data, which is maybe the reason why it is slow. But I have no idea if they are trying to even solve it.
The reason is a bit different. It's more of a technical nature, and that is in Ethereum you sign a hash of the payload, and in Solana you just sign the whole payload. So the hardware wallet becomes aware of the whole payload, while in Ethereum's case it doesn't. So someone super not smart decided to just copy-paste the same model for a totally different architecture.
All right, that's it for time. Thank you, Darko. Okay, up next we have Igor with Zikek, I believe. Sorry, Stealth Finance is the name of the project.
I love privacy.
So hello everyone, my name is Ivan and I'm building Stealth Finance, which is a privacy protocol with rewards. So the problem...
Bring up the slides. You didn't say that.
Sharing ovaj kako. Yeah. Kako da mirror ili... So, the problem is that most solutions do not have real privacy. Some of them have privacy on-chain, but actually off-chain they store user-sensitive data, where some of the protocols in them unique transaction amount can be used to link senders and recipients. Also some of the implementations are expensive and slow. So our solution is to use fixed deposits group, fixed deposits group users into shared anonymity pools. So we are the first ever protocol of this kind that is fully decentralized without any off-chain state. It is powered by zero-knowledge proofs. It's actually private, both off-chain and off-chain. And since privacy is not a big enough incentive for the users, we had to involve rewards on the end of each cycle, which goes up to 36 SOL. So where do rewards come from? So in most of the projects, the state of the transactions is stored as a Merkle tree off-chain. We store it on-chain. That means that we have to pay rent for it, and in this case it is significant because of the size of the Merkle tree. But we do not pay it by ourselves. Users pay for the rent of their part of the Merkle tree in each deposit. Rent is then claimed after the cycle ends, and the rewards can be distributed. So our competitors are Houdini and Privacy Cash. They are the most known one. So Houdini is centralized and expensive, and it is dependent on backend routing, while Privacy Cash is more decentralized, but it also has like strict protocol rules that if you do not follow, you will ruin the privacy. We have more privacy, lower fees, and on top of everything, we have the rewards which are unique among these. So the business model, we have 4 anonymity groups. The first 2, which are 1 and 10 SOL, earns 0% of fees, and the 100 SOL...
Sorry, but I have to stop you for time. Can you spin just real fast? It'll be
okay, so they earn 0.2%, and we earn part of the...
Spin through the rest, yeah. 2 questions you can answer. Okay? Right? Questions? Anybody?
Who's passionate about privacy?
Who's passionate about ZK?
Because if I understand correctly, you you just allow deposits of like increments of 1, 10, and 100 SOL,
yes.
Right? And the modes that you have compared to, or the advantage you have compared to privacy cache is that you store the whole Merkle tree on chain compared to where they store it somewhere off chain, right? Or you have a local proof where you can claim the deposits from the other side.
Yes, the proof is generated on the client side without any manipulation with the state, which is stored on the backend, like in privacy cache. And we are using fixed amounts in the beginning because there would probably be low volume in our protocol. So we have the same anonymity group, because if there are 10 transactions of one sol that are deposited in the pool, you cannot distinguish the receiver and the depositor by amounts.
Okay, I consider this being something like intentional privacy. You need to be aware of it. You need to like proactively seek it. But can you sort of bring us through a user flow of a more natural situation where I owe him like 2.6 sol? How would the user journey look like for me to be able to send him 2.6 sol and for it to be private?
Okay, so basically you could send 2 times 1 sol or 3 times 1 sol. If you want 2 or 3, you cannot send in between in this kind of
But
implementation.
does the protocol handle that for me, or does he basically sends himself like free transactions?
No, you select like which deposit amount you want to send, because basically in privacy cache you can specify that you want to send, like as he said, 2.6, and what happens when you withdraw 2.6, you are linked on the chain by the deposit.
But if you send 3 times 1 sol, then it's visible in the block that you send 3.
Of course, but it's the point to send like fixed amounts.
From the
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Quick one about the team. What's the launchpad? What's the high school that Alex went to? And what's the meme coin? What's the meme? Yeah.
Yeah, Launchpad is Decubate. Alex went to the
Mathematics?
Yeah, to the gymnasium in Subotica, and the meme coin is something.
We don't want to know.
Yeah.
Superteam Balkan, no tokens. All right, thank you. That is it for the first half. We've gone through 11 teams. We have 17 waiting for us. Right now we're going to take a 30-minute break because the food is here. So feel free to take some food there or there. We also have merch around the place for the Frontier Hackathon. But please do not, approach these tables because there's a lot of wires and everything, and we don't want your live stream to get messed up. Thank you so much. All right, we are back on stream. So, in the first half, we had 11 teams pitching. Now we have 17 more till the end. Hopefully, we'll be done in the next 2 hours. We've been actually going according to schedule so far, which is, immensely surprising. Thank you to the judges once more for, spending their entire day with us and helping us, judge our teams. Up next, first and foremost, we have Zuraj and Cognios. I'm looking forward heavily to seeing their pitch. They've evolved heavily since hanging out with us and put in a lot of effort into making a very quality product. So, go ahead.
All right, I'm Juraj from Cognios, which is a learning platform where agentic tutors can be owned, personalized, and traded among students. So in the last 5 years, we have seen that digital learning has surged immensely, creating billion-dollar unicorns like Udemy and driving millions of users towards online education. And, okay. But with the age of AI, everything is changing as we know it. And as a result, Chegg, for example, lost around $14 billion in its market value when they announced that ChatGPT is hurting their business. So many platforms haven't really adapted to this. And there's been a shift in user behavior, and we can see this shift in the way we
talk with Google search now, Gemini. So we don't just type static content, we actually interact and talk with Google search. Cognios has created a plan where creators can come and literally dump their knowledge into agentic tutors. They create those tutors and they give them their knowledge, expertise, skills. And students come, buy access to these mentors, personalized mentors, and in time they evolve and adapt to their pace, their learning skills, and most importantly, their understanding. Through time, as the student uses these agents, they evolve and become different for each person who uses them. And the shift we're trying to make is that Cognios is trying to make these courses tradable. So students buy them, learn them, resell them to other students, and they become personalized to the next person. We take cut from either when the agent is bought or resold, so each transaction brings revenue to the platform. We already tested tested it with Josip and a couple of beta users. They have validated the experience, found it interesting. And we come directly from the Solana ecosystem. We've built SolC, which was one of the first NFT marketplaces on Solana. And we've been working on AI agents for some time now, and we want to use that experience here now. So the future of education is changing. We're making it agentic and tradable. Thank you.
Amazing. Questions?
So how do you envision exactly a user, spending a day on the app? Like what is the classical user journey for me to register and start using this?
Well, when they register, when they buy a course, any course, they start using it, the agents will become personalized. Like they will follow the way they learn, their pace, their learning style, according to the knowledge and skill that the creator put in. So it literally starts from scratch. Like you start talking to it, it adapts to how you talk to it. So if you're more of a text person, it gives you more text from the data he has from the creator. If you're more of a video person, more of an image person, so whatever you need, whatever is easier to you, it adapts to your style of learning.
How many people you already have on this?
Around 10 people tested it with the Josip pitch, but we've been talking to people from Udemy, from LinkedIn. Around 50 or 60 have already, reached out to us, said that it's an interesting idea. They look forward to testing it when it's done.
What's the cut you're taking on each transaction, and have you done any forecasting on what you could achieve regarding the market size and so forth?
We've done a little forecasting, but it's difficult to do it. Well, from the primary transaction, like the primary sale, we're going to take around 5 to 10%, where we haven't gotten to the right number yet. And from the secondary sales, we're going to take 3 to 5%. And the creator earns from the primary sale as well as the secondary sale. So we're going to enforce royalties on the secondary sale. So each time a course is sold, the creator earns and the platform earns.
Got it.
How do you plan on acquiring users, and what's the added value of blockchain here? Why shouldn't this be a regular web app?
Well, we're reaching out through Udemy, through LinkedIn, so creators that already have experience, that already create stuff, we're reaching out and pitching to them to change a little bit the way they do it. And the second question was value Solana. Yeah. So we're making them tradable. So each time a course is bought on the primary market, a license and NFT is being minted in the background, and that is basically your access to the course. So just like Udemy, you have an account, you buy, the purchase is the access. Here, the license is the access, and that's why it can be resold. So it can transfer between wallets.
Where does the course live after it gets created and sold? In terms of you have like a custom GPT or whatever I'm interacting with, which is running the course. Where is that GPT itself?
Well, from at the beginning we're going to use APIs and everything. But if you mean the content or
yeah, I would say like this, who is hosting the GPT I'm chatting with, in terms if I bought a course, I have it forever. Do I just keep spending your tokens forever, and at some point it might be too expensive for you to run this?
That is the thing.
we're not gonna spend tokens like each time you interact with it. Like, or we're gonna make it so that in times of need, like when the agent needs to change, the token's gonna.
But that's why I'm asking where it lives. That's
yeah.
my
Well,
point.
currently, we're gonna use API, ChatGPT or Claude and everything, and the content is gonna live on infrastructure that already exists in the beginning. Like Cloudflare, maybe IPFS later. We'll see about that.
That is time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, we have a gentleman that graced us with his presence earlier today with another variant called FlipGo. Nikolai.
Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Nick. I'm presenting you FlipGo. It's a live streaming platform that turns traders into monetizable content. Web2 streaming is kept at two interactive features, which is chat box and tip button. And this model hasn't changed for a decade. As you know, Twitch is a great example. We're adding on-chain identity to the Twitch, which give you access to asset balances, position, NFTs, protocols, and historical P&L of the streamer. You would ask that it's not new. For example, Pump Fun had same technology, but problem with Pump Fun that it's too centric on meme coins and pump and dumps, essentially. This one rather values skill and mastership of the trader. This is how it looks. So this is profile of the streamer. It has all information about his positions and his win rate, and you have proof of performance, proof of entertainment, and proof of skill. That's how it looks in terms of interactivity. You have stream running, you have some interactive elements right on the screen, and you have a usual chat. Also on the bottom, you can see that you have active wallet that you can deposit to and automatically copy trade this streamer. It worked with Swig smart wallets. Tip a streamer directly to their equity, helping to backstop liquidation. It's another way to interact with the streamer. And as I said, deposit into streamer wallet. So it's skill-based monetization, not just monetizing your attention and your community. Your skill matters here. We have a proof of success, first place in Hyperliquid first hackathon in last year, and claimed full bounty for the best Liquid Lab integration. Sponsored first World eSport streamed event with trading competition in Singapore at Token. Have multiple strategic partners, including Peer Protocol, Liquid Labs, Famoid, and Dixari. The team is Delon West, founder and CEO, ex-founder of Westonham Capital, Alex, who is ex-Apple software developer, me, Nikolai, who is Chief Technical Officer, ex-senior engineer at Glassnode, and Tobias Reisner, Hyperliquid first evangelist and influencer. I'm really happy to bring them expand to Solana. Thank you.
All right, questions?
So thanks for the pitch. This assumes that people move off from Twitch to your platform, right?
It's for crypto native people that already do trade, but not watching stream, not consuming content, and for people that consuming content and don't engage with crypto.
So the streamer can stream on their Twitch at the same time be broadcast on this platform where people can have more of like a deeper financial engagement by trading perps or buying into the streamer's equity, right?
I would say that platform is exclusive for streaming. You don't just restream, so to say. You engage with community in form of integration at the right on screen.
And the streamer on their live stream is doing trades.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. It's an interesting concept.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
So except prediction markets, you can do prediction markets. So you can do sports betting, you can do trading or whatever.
Yes, anything that is on chain will be seen here.
Okay, and there is no So there is no video.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
There is video, okay,
There is video on behind these pop-ups.
Ah, okay, okay.
Sorry, I should mention that.
Oh, not too many questions.
Who's your biggest competitor?
Yeah, biggest competitor would be, I guess, Pump Fund, because they are starting that story.
And how do you compete with their $2 billion in the bank? Go to market.
That's a fantastic question. Yeah, we start with experienced streamers that coming from other platforms, for example, from YouTube, that they already have established community, and that will be our go-to-market. We will help them to monetize not only like attention to them, but also they can deposit into the copy paste vault, which is exclusive and unique. On Hyperliquid, it's already known vault, but now it's capped and under 10K USD, so it's not like decentralized in a way that you have to have capital. And on Solana, it will be at same speed as on Hyperliquid.
And-
ask something, please.
And they can only make predictions on, I don't know, prediction market that you integrated. They cannot trade on DEXs, or they can.
Yes, but we're very agile. We will integrate all the prediction.
Okay. Is there any way to stop, I don't know, somebody having good P&L and then buying a meme coin that he created and taking whole liquidity from the vault?
Yes, exactly. But that would be exchange of his honest work into some behavior. Yes.
So, but you're making it like more visible, you know.
Yes, it will be visible, and he will be banned immediately.
Yeah. So, really quick questions. Top 3 ways how you earn money from this.
First one, fees from LeFi exchange. So we're cutting from other liquidity from other chain.
2 or 3 fast.
Yeah, that's the biggest one. And for tipping, we also can have a cut.
Okay.
All right. Up next, we have Nomad Finance and Angad, if I'm not butchering his name. Perfect. Come on, stage here.
So hi. Sorry. Hey, we're Nomad Finance. We're bringing better market making for public LPs. So I used to be the CTO at Stable. At its peak, it was the 5th biggest DEX on Solana, doing $600 million of 24-hour trading volume. But I saw the protocol slowly die because aggregators started routing their order flow to prop DEXs. Solana DEX volume keeps growing and market makers are making millions per week from it, but the average user is left out. More than 60% of aggregator order flow goes to prop DEXs. I found a study on Uniswap that 50% of public liquidity providers do worse than just holding their tokens. And I replicated the same study on Solana and found that the number was higher. It was 59%. So what are the reasons for it? One of the reasons is arbitrage. So LPs lose 5 to 11% annually from arbitrage, reported by A16Z. And the other reason I wrote a script and found that 68% of positions on DEXs are actually sitting idle, so they're priced out of the range. There's an available solution for this, which is Oracle pricing, which is what prop DEXs use, but public DEXs don't use it. And the reason why is public DEXs earn volume from fees, and even if there's arbitrage and there's arbitrage swaps, they still earn on those arbitrage swaps while their LPs, their users, lose out. I also feel that public DEX teams may be running infra for some prop DEXs. I know this because at Stable I was approached by a high-frequency trading firm to do this. Nomad Finance gives public liquidity the same execution architecture as prop dexes. How do we do this? So this is how you provide liquidity on a public dex right now, like Orca or Radium. You have to keep closing your previous position and then open a new one. And you pay the gas fees, the swap costs, and the rebalancing costs to balance your tokens back to 50-50. And you're also realizing impermanent loss every time you do this. So Nomad Finance tracks your position and rebalances it according to the Oracle price. And so you miss out on all these costs. This is nothing new, by the way. This is being done by prop dexes at the moment. We're more CU efficient than any public dex out there, than Radium, Orca, or Meteora. There are transaction links to prove this. And so Nomad Finance, you can just one-click deposit on app.nomadfinance.io, and you can start earning yield. You don't have to worry about your ranges or impermanent loss math. Pyth has improved their Oracle confidence, and the only other public Oracle DEX, which is named Lifinity, is gone. So there's a vacuum right now. And yeah, I have 9 years of software engineering experience, DeFi since 2019, and I'm looking for a marketing co-founder.
Amazing.
So, question. Who's the quant?
It's a great pitch. It's a real problem. Why do aggregators draw to perp dex, to prop AMMs instead of?
So there's a few reasons for it. The quote itself is better on prop dexes. So why is the quote better? One reason is compute. So because they use Oracle pricing, they don't have to do any tick math, and as the price goes up, there's a lot of complicated math that goes into CLMMs. They avoid that. Second reason is also they can concentrate their liquidity around that price, so they can give a lower slippage to aggregators. Whereas public dexes, there's more slippage around that range.
But at the end of the day, aggregators look at the best quote price and then route it to, and then sort of hopefully get the best execution price. If those two differ, or if crop MMs do both quoting, they sort of remove them. So I still don't understand if such market structures provide better price, why is this better?
So Nomad Finance is not better than a prop dex, but it's better than any existing public dex out there. So for the public, private prop dexes, they're gated. You or I, we can't just provide liquidity there. So we're missing out on all this yield. But we can provide liquidity on Orca, Radium, and Meteora and get inferior yield.
Thanks. And there's another quick question I wanted to ask. You said that LPs are losing money to people doing arbitrage, but how is this arbitrage done? Is pools get balanced on chain if it's atomic arbitrage on chain, or are you referring to some other type of arbitrage?
So public dexes right now, their price only comes from the curve and the tick math. That means they're always lagging sexes. So what happened? This opportunity, this lag, is arbitraged by bots, and dexes still get paid in that fees. But the LPs, they take their loss on the balance sheet.
So if I would need to summarize your pitch in one sentence, this is sort of democratizing LPing in a prop AMM model.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. So your targeted audience would be regular people, not the liquidity providers, like the big liquidity providers.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. No further questions? Thank you, Anga. Okay. Amazing. All right. Up next, we have the most Balkan American, or the most American Balkan. We're coming out. The Stun Boys, of course.
Over the last few years, we've seen stablecoin circulation surge over $300 billion. That's about 200% year-over-year growth. And this is why you see crypto card startups popping up everywhere, and it proves that stablecoin holders are desperate to spend. But they're all limited by geolocation, require extensive KYC verification, and crypto card bans are happening all across Europe, Canada, and surrounding regions. But Spend lets you buy directly from your wallet. No bank, no card, no KYC. You simply browse the stores, add items to your cart, but you pay with your stablecoins. People love it. We have nearly 2 times the industry average when it comes to new user retention amongst e-commerce startups. We've processed over 1,800 orders, and we're nearing 200,000 in purchase volume over the last 7 months. I am Kenton, consumer app engineer of the last 10 years, alongside my co-founder who has helped scale our operations to over 6 figures in just 6 months. And over the last decade, we have both become debanked at some point, which is why we started Spend. We have won some hackathons, and we've partnered with some amazing organizations like Superteam Balkan and Solflare. We effectively have a 5% take rate on all transactions between our tiered service fee and our cashback rewards from our business cash account. There's a shit ton of USDC token accounts on Solana, and there are 25 million debanked US households, and 500,000 UK accounts were closed last year, and most of it was due to crypto activity. All these people could still participate in e-commerce because of Spend. And how do we go from 47% retention rate to 70? We iterate on our flows, we make things stickier, and we incentivize users to share the platform. This is Spend V2 coming to web, mobile, and extension. And lastly, built on X402 protocol with Spend Rails, your agents can now shop autonomously for home goods, office supplies, and scoop up collectibles from eBay. Thank you so much. If you haven't checked it out, scan the QR code, let us know what you think.
Questions as always.
Curious, were you debanked because of crypto itself, or?
My co-founder was, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So currently you have 200K volume, right?
Yeah.
What's the sort of margin you're making on that in terms of?
Over the last
revenue?
6 months, we have not made anything. We've been fee-free. We've just been proving user demand, but we will enact a 5% fee across all platforms once V2 hits.
All right, so you're in the user acquisition phase. Right. Then once you grow, you're gonna add the fee. Okay, cool.
What do you need to grow this 10 times, 100 times?
That's a great question. Well, we are now officially an eBay, like an official eBay app, and we have started talks with Amazon over the last week. So with that, along with our strategic partnerships and incentivizing our users to share, we could 10x from here easily.
If your user base scales 100x, what breaks?
Ooh. Nothing yet.
Amazon terms of service, CAS terms of service, AML regulation?
No, we stay compliant in money laundering by capping how much you can spend per transaction. And depending on where you're at in the world, that cap fluctuates.
And just to double check, like Amazon is fine you doing this?
So far. They actually sent us an email saying that they love the idea and want to talk further. So we're scheduling a call this week.
What's that? Just curious, what's the cap in the US? The cap that you mentioned?
10,000.
10.
And for EU, is it MiCA not regulated but compliant?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, if you get users from Europe, you want to make sure you're MiCA compliant, I think.
We try to stay compliant as possible. I don't know exactly what that is off the top of my head, but we've done everything we can to stay compliant. We have a ton of users in Europe.
Okay.
How big is the team?
Me and my co-founder, we just brought on a designer as head of design.
Nice.
So your biggest risk is Amazon just start accepting USDC from the gate?
Could be.
CAS shutting down your business account?
No, no. Many accounts. Bank of America has supported us very hard.
Nice.
All right. No further questions. Thank you, Ken.
Thanks, guys.
Up next, we have the sharpest dressed man here today. DeFi genius from Valor. Of course, Hal is great, who's been with us for a couple years now. So yeah, stay tuned to what he has to say. I definitely have not purchased anything from Spend, and now that I'm not sure anymore if it's MiCA compliant or not. Cool. Thank you, Alex.
You're a European, you need to ask about GDPR.
Unplug it. Plug it again. Hi guys, I'm Alex from Tyler Finance, and in order to spend those stable coins, you actually need to make them first, right? So let's talk DeFi. There's $21 billion in total value locked in yield farms on Solana right now, with some protocols growing over 200% this year alone. Yet most of the known yields on Solana depend on the market direction. And as well, they need the price to go up. Users, they have to give up custody of their assets. While this industry creates billion-dollar companies, we have new unicorns like DPRK generated over 600 million this April alone. We built Tyler to prevent that. The vault is it's completely yours, protected and isolated, using tools like Privy, Squads, and Cloudflare. Your vault and its strategies will always follow the on-chain policy you sign at the creation. Now, how it works. When the SOL price goes up, the strategy mainly earns from liquid staking and lending loops, while the short perpetual position will collect all the funding rates up. Now, when the price goes down, your short perpetual hedge will cover your initial deposit and as well capture all the profits on the way down, rebalancing your vault at a lower position. With Tyler, the price direction will no longer matter to you. Now, the final result is a guaranteed 7% yield floor and up to 20% returns in any market condition. And I'm saying this because we're not basing it on theories or speculation. We run a simulated environment on 865 days on-chain historical data that pulled out 8 to 20% APY. And as well, we have a current live testing on mainnet that in the last 7 days generated 9% APY. Now we have over $100,000 in hard commitments after the first audit, and also 42 early users on our waitlist. Our business model completely aligns with our users' success. Initially, we charge a small setup fee for the vault creation and the strategy positions, and as well, a flat 11% service fee on the yields generated. So we are actually getting paid when you earn. Our projected annualized revenue grows linear with the TVL. Now, After 8 years working in finance and sales, I've been living off this strategy, doing it manually for the last 2 years. When I met Wellington and we decided to automate it, we have both experience in development and as well. Yep. Don't forget to scan your QR code and that's it.
Okay, we're gonna need the quant questions again, I think.
I have all the quant questions. So, very convenient that you backtested this between November 2023 and February 2026, because I also run the same backtest across the same period, and whenever you entered in this period, you would be in profit now.
Yeah.
So this is very biased to this period and this market sentiment that we got, and we don't know what's going to happen further. So selling this at like, I'm going to give you 20% yield is very risky. It's going to go melting down.
True.
Did you think of what's going to happen if markets behave differently?
Well, in both scenarios, if the price, we will have a bullish market. Basically, we're going to earn more from liquid staking and lending protocols, but our short perpetual will do an unrealized loss. And in case of the market will fail, our short perpetual will capture the profit. Yet, to go back to your point, I do agree this period it was very volatile. That's why we run our live test on mainnet right now using Pacifica as a perpetual market.
And this yield is like SOL denominated or USD denominated?
This is SOL denominated.
SOL denominated. So your SOL position grows over time?
Yeah.
Okay.
The yields can be claimed either in native SOL stable coins, or we have also a future plan to add a non-tradable fixed price token.
So if someone comes by SOL, says, okay, I want to implicit SOL exposure, why would they engage in a sort of platform like this instead of just taking for 6-7% APY? And risk the protocol risk.
The risk profiles that we have, there's 6 different risk profiles. The 20% is with the more aggressive risk profile. It varies between 14 to 20%. This focuses more on the perpetual markets.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they can actually own the vote that they just created using the private and the squads tools, it's a self-custodial saving wallet, savings account on your own phone.
Okay, thank you.
You said you take 11% from the earned fees. What's the market standard there? And are you better or cheaper?
It's about under average. I knew Drift, for example, to 20%. So it's below the average.
And 9% is after service fee or before service fee? 9% that you add
9% is just the APY on our live tests right now.
Okay, but for the user?
After.
Okay.
Yeah. We have only the fees on the perpetual market right now, and the transaction and the zero bundle fees that we need to cover.
Cool. That's it. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Up next, we have our good friend from Turkey, Dogu, presenting his project that I never know how to pronounce, Anthel. Right? That good? Anthel. Anthel.
Don't do spell.
Let's have a spelling bee next time.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Which one? Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Doğu. Murad and I build in Entel, where is the Upwork basically all the freelancers are AI agents. Nowadays, all the clients are looking for some place to hire the AI agents instead of human being, So, the market is still alive, and this is good for us because everyone was thinking that AI is going to kill all the freelancers market. And then if you look at the just last year revenues of the both platform, they are over them $1 billion already. So current model is slow and expensive, and also it's hard to it's hard for the software engineers to understand all the requirements from the project because different software engineers can interpret the different requirements, and then when they open these code pieces assembled, you may got failed with the entire build. So, and this is our solution is basically simple. When you start or kick a project, freelancer project on Intel, basically you listen your project, and then our Intel Planner models entire project for all the distributed AI agents. And then this contracts, given all these AI agents, and different AI agents complete the task pieces, and then we assembled entire project build. So why both sides win? Because for the clients, Intel is 10 times cheaper and 10 times faster. Because human work now takes more time to a task which AI completes. And then for the agent owners, nowadays, how many of you have an open cloud or familiar AI agents? Yeah. So basically, you can deploy as much as cluster of your AIs. So you can deploy all your agents to Intel, and then you can make money over the Intel. Why on Solana? So basically, agents should have work permissionlessly, because they shouldn't require to get some permission for you, on behalf of you to pay or get some receipt from them. And also, most important one is actually that we all was dealing with the Stripe and then governmental IT verification issues, so we don't want to deal with all these problems. So right now, Intel is the idea stage, and we already built one prototype to test the idea, and we plan to create an MVP, and we plan to launch. Murad and I, both software engineers, we were given our service on these kind of freelance platforms for a long time, and then we see the problems with this old platform, and then we want to turn this into agentic era, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dogu. Any questions?
Hey. So, I guess the $1 billion question here is, it was already hard for a non-technical person to go to Upwork and go to these other platforms, try to explain what they want to do, have the liability of a human being understand that and then not understand well and deliver wrong, and you're not technical, someone sort of bullshits you into delivering something that you're not asked for. This is still that with a bit more fairness because there are agents on the other sides, but what if there's a possibility that this will not exist, and then you would just go to Lovable and say, okay, I want to build a website, or you go to Cloud Code Web and say, hey, I want this. We've seen more and more of that, right? How do you fight against that evolution?
So I can answer that question. This is a really great question, by the way. I can answer this like, how many people still know or familiar with the Lovable platform or some other vibe coding tools? So basically, this is not allowed that much people now using AI coding tools or vibe coding or just still, know about Lovable on other platforms. Most of the traditional people, I can say, they just go to some freelancer platforms and then they are trying to build something through these platforms. They want to pay because they don't want to deal with all this, managing stuff. Because people must avoid to take technical things. They don't want to see. They don't want to deal with this. They just want to give the idea and then wanted to get the result. That's it. I can totally understand this kind of people because, yeah, most of us may be building all our products by vibe coding. We are not using this kind of, once we were using this platform, but we cannot assume that everyone knows nowadays all these platforms or vibe coding. There is a still market for this.
How would you beat Lovable then on go-to-market and awareness?
I don't claim that I'm going to beat or,
so you see it as a separate category where you are still acting like you are.
Exactly, exactly. Because there is because blockchain was meant for the AI era. So I'm just taking this, chance, and then I'm building something with the blockchain and then AI agents.
So when you say people don't want to find a solution, don't want to find the vibe coding app and stuff like that, do you have a simple solution for people to recommend agents? Because maybe people also don't want to scroll around and find agent that fits them. So maybe some solution where they tell you what they need the agent for, and you recommend them the agent or something like that.
So this is not the way we are working, but yeah, that could be a good idea. But currently, we just focus to onboard as much as agents, which is running by real human owners, because you can be owner of the 10 AI agents, or you're running on your own cluster with the open model, or you can just use one paid model like Anthropic or OpenAI, whatever.
All right, time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Donald. Up next, we have the wonderful Adrian with Aret. Let's go.
I'm Adrian, founder of Aret, and we're building an agent-first Solana SDK to help builders save money on infrastructure, AI tokens, and RPCs. Solana's developer ecosystem is thriving. Hackathon participation keeps increasing, and agentic coding tools are making it easier than ever to start new projects. But these entrants are new, and they're far from Solana experts. And even of the 100 Coliseum winners that we analyzed using Copilot, we only found 40 that had significant on-chain interaction. And in consumer tracks, that was only 25% that showed interaction on-chain. And we spoke with 5 winners, and they all admitted to us that they find on-chain Solana intimidating. And one of them was even a little more blunt. Aret takes Solana knowledge and puts it into a backend for everybody to use, and we create the SDK and everything that you need. You can think of it like NPM for Solana builders. But the product is not just the SDKs. We have a managed backend, that's what our users will be paying for, because we replace the need for servers, for databases, and for RPCs. Say you wanted to launch a dinosaur token launchpad with FutureKey. Maybe with Jupyter. You could do that with a simple prompt inside Claude Code or Cursor. And we save devs hundreds of hours integrating OR, FutureKey, Camino, and many other programs with just a few simple lines of code. The early testing shows 10x fewer token usage and better results and faster time to completion. We have 33 devs using our mainnet beta platform right now, with 10 programs already integrated on-chain. And we have 4 letters of intent signed by Solana teams that either want their own SDK or they want to build apps on top of Aret. We want to be the easiest way to experiment on Solana. So devs can start for free, and they pay us only when they start to see real traffic. We're a small team with the right combination of AI, Solana, infrastructure. I've been shipping dev tools to over 15,000 developers through my career. Kieran brings the infrastructure knowledge, and Tom leads us on product. Thank you.
All right, questions?
So what will be the primary revenue sources for Aret?
So developers who want to build, they use us. Instead of setting up their own infrastructure, they'd have to pay AWS, they'd have to pay for RPCs, and then they'd have to manage that, the code to do all of that. We replace all of that with a single predictable pricing model.
All right, do you have any numbers right now, or it's like still in the works?
Well, our costs are very, very low to run. If you deploy something, you get no traffic, it costs us nothing. So we can offer it for you for free. And then only if you start to see traffic, then we'll start to charge. But I don't know the specifics until we do more testing in the beta, but our margins will be very, very healthy.
Do you have any idea what are like the biggest cost drivers for you?
Yeah, the biggest cost drivers are network bandwidth by far. We're streaming all of the throughput on Solana, which is huge, and then we're fanning that out to all of our customers. So that will be the biggest driver of cost for us. Compute is almost negligible in the equation.
So you're aligned with the success of your users as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, I want to really encourage people to experiment. My thesis here is that Solana hasn't seen the explosion of apps, not because they're not coming, it's because it is fundamentally too difficult. And the technical people, the really technical people, just bury their head on that because they understand it. And the non-technical people don't understand because all code is complex to them.
What do you see currently as the biggest problem for a Solana native app developer?
It is just that there's a lot of implementation detail on Solana that you have to understand to build apps. Where if you're building in Web 2, for example, if you build a UI, you don't need to know how the backend database works. On Solana, you do.
How wrong would I be if I've called you the Vercel for Solana?
I think that's directionally fairly accurate, yeah.
And
at least business model wise, that's definitely what we're going for. And developer experience wise, that's also what we're going for.
And is there sort of like a ceiling to your revenues? Because developer tooling is sort of hard to monetize. You need to have a few select very successful sort of projects, and then they probably move off of this to optimize on their own.
Yeah.
And then what's the after Solana sort of?
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. But my argument or pushback to that would be that a lot of the stuff that we're dealing with, developers could do, but none of that is their competitive advantage. So if they're smart about it, they want to outsource that work, and they're not even doing the work right now. So it's a value add then if we're doing it. And I don't think we're going to see that much turn.
But until they're super successful, then they go down their own path of optimization.
Sure, if they want to, but I guess we can deal with them at that time and figure out ways that we can engage with them. But yeah, absolutely, great problem.
Thank you.
Cool. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Acta. You ready?
Okay, so hello everyone, my name is Matt. I'm co-founder of Acta, and we are building option-based yield strategies. So every mature market right now has a lot of volume coming to the options, like literally trillions in notional volume sitting in a TradFi, and only a single SPX currently trades with the $4 trillion daily. There is also a TradFi category of ETFs called option-based yield ETFs. They are currently sitting with $200 billion in assets under management, and JP alone with $50 billion. And we also have $50 billion sitting idle on Solana, 40 in validator accounts, 10 in LSTs, and more than 1 billion in equities, RVAs, tokens that bridged from the NEAR or Zcash, doesn't matter. And the problem is that validators and LSTs are earning only base yield of 6%. They are going to drop to 3% very soon. And all the tools that they currently have, either just lending and you're earning basically zero, or looping, which is basically open to liquidation. So basically we are building simple yield strategies, clear, predictable, fully colorized, so there is no reusage of them when you're deposited into the position, yield paid upfront. So doesn't really matter on the outcome of the option. You still keep your yield, and there is no liquidations. So spot-like approach. Or you can also deploy into the vaults that will be managed by, for example, Gauntlet or Keyrog. Here's the app. So very straightforward. You can either deposit SOL to trade calls or deposit USDC to trade puts. You see the terms, you see the APR, and if it's going to be above, you see the terms. Yeah, so right now we are publicly live on the beta released on the mainnet, 50 invites on the loyal users, 800 trades, 2,000 SOL in volume, a couple of very strong advisors from top trading firms, a couple of DITs, whales are also willing to deposit into us when we finish the audit and the legal formation. Our team is also pretty much strong. Team is HateSwap. I previously worked at perps, options, cross-chain, and in chains.
Right.
Mike is also...
Time? Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Matt. Questions? Hope 3 minutes is enough for this. Do it, Vidar. Do it.
So does this, thank you for the pitch, great, I love trading. Does this rely on some existing DeFi primitives existing on Solana today?
No, this is completely different venue. So basically providing options as a new primitive to trade and earn.
So you're creating an option trading venue on top of Solana?
Yeah.
Who were the people who tried doing that and Psi options come to mind from 5 years ago? And why this doesn't exist? Is it hard to build? Does it require a lot of liquidity? Is it...
All the previous options were pretty much bad in terms of the architectural. They managed to capture a lot of capital. For example, Ribbon had like 1.5 billion in TVL. But the problem is with the better architecture, your users end up losing their funds.
Can you walk us roughly through what architectural mistakes Ribbon made that you fixed?
AMM's order books, basically with the options order book is like a single expiry is just 20 completely different order books. So you need to manage closed on both sides and you need to find the quantifier.
So you manage...
We are not order book, we are RFQ, request for quote.
But who quotes? Who quotes?
Market makers, funds.
So you have funds and market makers willing to trade these options against retail users coming in the Solana side.
Yeah.
Is sort of liquidity availability a concern because it's just purely RFQ? Do you think it's going to get ever, like these options are ever going to get tokenized, more liquid markets?
In a phase 2, we will introduce an ability to use your position as a margin, if you mean that.
I'm just afraid if the only means of trading this is RFQ and then everyone goes offline, there's you cannot either enter your or close your positions.
You can simply use this for hyperliquid also.
Is there a way to exercise these options without RFQ?
That's a tough question because I'm not a technical person.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Thanks.
That's it. Thank you, Matt. I love it when Vidor talks to someone and no one else in the room understands what they're talking about. Amazing. Okay, up next we have our very own Dusan with Telebucks.
Da. Neće da vrati.
Really? Yep. Unique, so it's not fake news. 1,000 total.
Hi everyone. I'm a developer and a Web 2 and Web 3 salesman, and I'm here to show you how to stop losing high-value deals. The reason why Web 3 sales teams are so slow and inefficient is because the Web 3 sales stack is scattered. There's a lot of context switching, and every context switch is slowing the execution, and there's no dedicated workspace to combine all that under the same roof. In fact, here's how one single message can create a stack of job. Imagine somebody asking you to draft a proposal and send it to their email using calendar to book a call. You'll have to draft a proposal, most likely Notion, because that's what most of the teams use. Go back to email, send it, go back to Notion, let your team that you've sent it, and then go back to Telegram to let the prospect know that the message is sent. And that's already 4 context switches and 3 app switches just in that one action. In fact, most teams on average require 6 different tools to handle just one customer. And Telebucks is looking to solve that by unifying all of that under one same roof. So all of your Telegram messages, CRM, analytics, tasks, mail, calendar, and AI automation lives in one same dedicated workspace. How are we competing on the market? Most of competitors offer shared inboxes, static chats, and bot-based integrations. While Telebucks keeps the chats private. They're per user, so everybody sees their own Telegram chats, while the team shares the same business layer. And chats are real workspace entities, so you can move your chats to become leads, create actionable items for them, and never forget to do a follow-up. Here's how you can turn Telegram chats into a deal. One single click and you see the chat and all the deal details in the same view. Your assistant also lives inside the workspace, so you can offload all of the manual and heavy work while you're working on something else that is more productive for you. And you never have to spend more than a minute doing the outreach again. In fact, I've tested this myself, and trying to send an outreach to 37 different prospects, I've saved 36 minutes. If we add that up, it's around half working day for an entire week. Telebucks offers individual and business workspaces, meaning that you can manage deals on your own or collaborate with your teammates on a shared workspace. In-app subscriptions are paid in Solana, stablecoins, and fiat. So I think it's time to step up and level up our game, just as Web2 sales team do it, so we can stop juggling the tools and actually start closing the deals. This is my Telegram, so feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to talk about Telebucks.
Questions?
Yeah,
So interesting tool to optimize the sales cycle, but just wondering, besides the payment in stablecoins, there's no blockchain component to any of the product solution?
Not yet.
No, okay. Would there be any at all?
I'm thinking of making it compatible for both Web 2 and Web 3. So I want to allow both sides to use it, but I'm always happy to explore more ways to add it. But as of now, I would stick to payments to make it as seamless as possible.
Okay, and you allow fiat as well?
Yes.
For the, yeah.
How do you compare these to other Telegram-based CRMs?
As mentioned on some of the previous slides, they have static chats, so you have the data records and context there, but you can't really do anything with it. You can read it and write it somewhere else. In Telebucks, you can actually have that as an actionable item. That chat can become a lead prospect, which can then have its own deal on contact on organization.
Which Telegram then CRMs are you comparing it to?
CRM chat, Telebiz, and there are quite a few more. I think Gram Sales. So those are the ones that I researched on the market.
Okay, there are a couple of other ones, but yeah, also, you know, like even like comparing with CRM chat, I think it's an interesting conversation. How do you get access to Telegram chats for Telebugs. You know, what is the level of access I need to give to my Telegram to you?
You have to give your phone number in order to log in, and then you'll receive a code on your phone to log in as in any usual app. To integrate that, I'm using a public Telegram API, so encryption stays as it is on Telegram, so no data is exposed once you log in.
Okay, and what do you see is the purpose of a CRM in a sales process, and how do you see the other tools in terms of email and everything else integrating in Telebugs?
The main reason I started building this is because the sales work for me personally in Web3 was very inefficient. I was losing much time on actually switching the context and tools, where in the process of actually switching the tools, the context gets dropped as well. So I have to revert back and lose a lot of time. And I think that time is the most valuable asset, so that's what I'm trying to say.
What did you, okay, let me rephrase it in this way. Like, what did you see as added value of having a new CRM versus finding a way to automate sending all of this data to an existing CRM like HubSpot, Salesforce, Apptio, I don't know, whatever?
It's because you don't require any technical team to actually do this. You just plug and play. You have a ready-to-use CRM.
Okay, I would love to chat about this more, but yeah.
Cool. All right, next up we have a gentleman that was finishing his pitch, catching some internet outside today, so he's been through a lot. Please say hi to Miro and to Skilltax.
So, hello, my name is Miroslav. I'm co-founder of Skilltax. Wager your skill in games you already play. There are millions of competitive players in the world. And last year, more than $70 million in prize money. But not everyone earned it, just a small part of it. The rest stream, coach, boost, and millions of players wager manually through Discord charts, closed beta, and skill gaming platforms. Now, platforms work like absolutely manually. Upload screenshots, waiting for the referees, dispute that take hours. And okay, that's why, as a result, a lot of conflicts, accounts frozen, and payouts denied. Even in the biggest platform in this sphere, Players Lounge, with 9 million annual revenue, the review is awful. So in Skilltax, we solve it by direct game API integration, everything automatic. No screenshots, no revenue or no reviews, payouts in second, and we charge just 5% fee, compare 70% in industry. So we build it on Solana Scroll. We build it on Solana Scroll, but almost invisible for users. During the hackathon, we built working MVP with 3 mobile games like Brawl Stars, Clash Royale, and Chess.com. Together, they have more than 75 million monthly players and more than 70 million monthly revenue. Our team together working more than 3 years. My co-founder Alex spent more than 10 years in competitive gaming, coaching and boosting more than 500 players, and his guy have over 3 million reviews on YouTube. And I'm organizing events, more than
more than 1,000 events total. Okay. And also gaming tournaments up to 2,000 people. So let's challenge, win, and make the losers pay the skill tax.
Thank you, Miro. On time, even with all the stuff happening during the pitch.
Yeah, congrats on that. Definitely.
For sure. All right.
Yeah,
Any
what's the GTM for this? So how do you get to the same community, as these other more known platforms? Is it your personal connections? How do you basically move forward?
5 days ago, we started a beta, and we discussed with our friends first of all, with influencers up to 1,000 followers, and this is our first. We don't need money for it, and we want to feedback from their users. And this is our first steps. Then we want to organize tournaments inside our platform, have a leaderboard, and even now we have a lobby where people can find each other. If they have no friends, they can find each other and play together. Then tournaments, and we think about that the leaders can streaming these tournaments, and maybe later people can predict these events. So we have a lot of ideas for how to growing, and the main is marketing, of course, because it's gaming, and my co-founder have a lot of connect with it. And
but you are also kind of dog fooding in terms that you already are doing that, so you would just start using also your own platform, and you can also grow it basically that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
How much time and money does it take for you to integrate a new game? Since you integrated 3, let's say, give an example of one of the most popular ones in terms of peer-to-peer betting. How much would it take for you to integrate it, and is it easy to make automatic resolution of, for example, Fortnite or PUBG or something like that?
Yeah, it depends on game, because these games, why we choose these games, first of all, because it is mobile gamers, and their API are open, and it's not very easy, but it's easy to integrate. We spent 2 weeks, but we want, when we integrated like Counter-Strike, Dota 2, Fortnite, their API also open, but we need to discuss with them how we will use this API. So we need a little bit more time for conversation, for understanding about our platform, that we are normal people. And
it's negotiation.
So
I know their APIs are somehow restricted, so they have to be okay with you making this platform.
I understand. We have, they have several API, so we have connect with all of them, and when some are broken, we just connect without seeing for users. So.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Up next, we have Axel from WolfSwap presenting. Please come to the stage. We've started collecting Alex's recently, it seems.
Yeah, I joined already.
Alex is the new Marco.
Hello everyone, I'm Alex, co-founder of WolfSwap. Today I'm actually here to talk about WolfAge. And what is WolfAge? It's your identity in the arena. Now, who we are? We are a team of 20 people from Romania, bootstrapped, and we have built an entire ecosystem because we had to generate revenue to sustain ourselves. First, we have WolfSwap, which is a trading platform. We have WolfStreet, which is the meme coin trading, Amplify, SocialFi. And now, just to add another vertical to our business, we developed Wolfage. What is Wolfage actually? Well, we discovered that people love to have their identity in the game. Now, some call them collectibles. I want to keep calling them NFTs. People have their NFTs hatched in the game, and they are actually using them to have their face in the game. You have to feed them, you have to gear them, you have to fight with them, and you have to challenge others. Now, what we see is that after 10 days of launching, more than half of events are fighting each other. So we can clearly see that is the direction. We have over 500 players active right now in the game, and 89% of the players are returning daily since the game launched. The revenue is around 260,000 since the shop launched 5 days ago, with 35 conversion, meaning that 35% of the players are paying for cosmetics, for buffs, for enchants, nothing that affects the arena, that affects the fights itself. And what's the most important part and why we built it? Because we want to emphasize an entire ecosystem, and 80% of the players of the game are using our products. So we want to build something that go well together. Of course, we are bootstrapped, we have high dreams. This is the category where we are right now. We have Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, Pokemon Go, and Axie Infinity that leads the way basically in the Web3 gaming. But we aim high, so we can shoot at the stars. What's next? Well, we have the 3v3 arena, we have the dungeons, quests, ecosystem trying to, for example, have live trading in the game itself. And our dream is to have an open world where everyone can do whatever they want, fight, dragons or whatever, and also use our ecosystem products. Thank you very much. The game is actually coming to Solana, and this is our community. Thank you very much, everyone.
Very good. Judges, questions?
All right, you mentioned that you generated 2.5K in the first week with 35% of users paying.
Yes.
Obviously you had 2 products beforehand. So what's your overall community size and what's your conversion from the community size to the game that you just created?
So we are 3 years old in the market. We have around 600 active traders daily on our main product, which is WorldSwap. And if I would say we have around 400 or 500 active daily community members in the community, posting on socials or being active in the Discord.
Okay, and out of those 500, how many are currently playing?
513. So okay. we managed to retain all of our existing users, but also earn new users in the game itself.
All right, excellent. Yes.
I'm not sure if I missed it. Is there any earn component for users in-game just for playing the game, or is it just cosmetics?
That's the key question, because we didn't introduce yet. So we are building on Chronos, which is a very small chain, and we want to expand to Solana. We knew that if we want to expand with WorldSwap, it would be impossible to fight with Jupiter, for example. So we built Wolfage, and now we are evolving the game where we want to have tier-based system rewarding the users. Basically. Right now, everyone is gearing themselves, they are buying cosmetics in the game, but further on, they can also compete to earn rewards based on the game activity. The key part is that we are bootstrapped and we had to make steps in order to be able to compete on Solana, which is obviously not comparable with where we are today.
So how do you compete on Solana in terms, how do you get out of your existing community and go to a new chain?
That's a good question, actually, because we have Amplify. It's one of our products, which is a social file platform built in-house. And also on top of that, we have a podcast that I'm running, and we have over around 700, 800 audience every single episode. So we have built funnels in order to be able to distribute eyes to our products, and that's our bet.
Cool. No more questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Man, if this was 2021, he couldn't get off the stage from all the questions. I mean, Gaming.
$100 million from A16Z.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we have Predict. Oh, sorry. Almost skipped ahead. We do have Marek and Segmento. My apologies.
Hi everyone, I'm Marek, and we are Segmento. We measure ROI per influencer. Imagine us as Google Analytics for Web3. I have a quick question for you. Who here has had a conversation with a KOL that essentially went 2 tweets for $200? Oh, not a lot. You're a lucky crowd. I had too many of these, and I have to tell you a secret. It doesn't lead to anywhere. Tweets and so on, yeah, doesn't bring a lot of on-chain activity. So we started asking the hard questions to the KOLs. How much fees do they onboard? What users do they bring in? What's the TVL they can onboard? And out of roughly 200 conversations that I've had, only one had a case study. And I have to tell you, it wasn't good. So we learned the hard way that traction isn't a gamble, that you have to work for it really hard, that tweets and followers, impressions, views, everything, that doesn't translate to on-chain activity. And what matters are users you get, TVL, and most importantly, fees so that you can grow. So here comes Segmento. What Segmento does is that it measures KOLs and addresses. It combines them together. There are 2 ways how to do this. One is through referral link. The other one is probabilistic. So essentially, we look at the increased on-chain activity when a tweet went out. All of this allows us to measure the actual impact of the KOL. So now with us, you know how many users the KOL acquired, what are the fees, TVL, so on. Another cool thing is whether the users are likely to dump a token after an airdrop or not, which is quite important to a lot of projects. So with our data, your job doesn't become simple or easy, it becomes easier. You still have to put in a lot of hard work. And with us, what we can do for you is we can decrease your acquisition costs, which is quite important. Over the last couple of weeks, we onboarded 4 projects into the platform, roughly 1 per week. 3 of them are live. 1 is integrating and getting ready to launch their campaign. There are 3 founders behind the project. In the past, I traded billions of dollars as a market maker, both in traditional finance and in DeFi. I raised VC money for an options AMM, and I also worked in a project that onboarded 10% of Czech population in a couple months to an app. Andrej is co-founder of Carmine Finance, and he built a tool to measure under-the-water loan risk, ecosystem risk on Solana. David worked for Seznam, which is a competitor to Google. I don't have a lot of time, so let's destroy our competition together.
Amazing. Questions?
Who do you see as competitors?
Yeah, so the 2 companies that are closest to can do what we do are Spindle, which was acquired by, I think, Coinbase a couple years back. The other one is ChainAware. So those are the closest that have the data and the ability to do what we do.
How do you see yourself differentiating from them over the long run?
Yeah, we want to focus on one thing and one thing only, right? So ChainAware does a lot of things, right, for the projects that they work with. Spindle, it's more for the biggest projects essentially, right? And we want to go to somewhere in the middle in terms of the projects we work with.
How big do you see that market right now?
Yeah, it's not small. It feels from the outside, it feels small, but there's a lot of projects that essentially have a little bit of money, and what they want to do is they want to get higher revenue, and they are completely fine with splitting the fees they generate with the KOLs.
We
right?
spend a lot of money doing this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, you know.
So the projects that are interested mostly in the monitoring and the ROI measurements, there's, let's say, 50 to 100 that kind of fit into our category. The projects that are interested in splitting the fees with KOLs, there's roughly 10x of them.
Yeah, but your market is not all of the money spent on KOLs. It's basically a part of it.
It's absolutely not. Like for us, there's no point in going up after projects like Camino. These projects, they do this already, right? We don't bring a lot of additional value to them.
Do you think so?
We don't bring a lot of additional value to, for example, Camino. Like we can bring additional value, but it's kind of like selling DeFi in Western Europe, right? You can do it, you bring additional value, but not that much as if you went to, let's say, Southeast Asia or to Africa.
It's interesting also from the perspective that what I don't know if I can say killed Camino is basically, the limitations of X APIs and these other things. So if you're somehow moving tracking activity to on-chain, I think it's very interesting to discuss.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And also, like what we can do in terms of monitoring the activity, we can pair the addresses across EVM and Solana through bridging. Yeah. So, for example, like if you get a user on Solana that has, let's say, 10K net worth, we can tell you that it's a power user that has a lot of money on it.
I think it's interesting to label it like if you view Camino as awareness tool, that you are basically like action-driven tool, in a way.
1 more minute, please, for him.
Sorry.
1 more minute.
Wanted to ask about how reliable is your conversion tool from reflinks and...
Yeah, so with the reflinks, we need the project or protocol to cooperate, essentially integrate the SDK. Once we have that, it's perfect, essentially. The probabilistic one. Can I quickly finish?
Please.
The probabilistic one for big projects, it doesn't work. For small projects, it works very well. Cool. Thanks a lot.
All right, 4 more projects till the end, unless somebody jumps in that we weren't expecting. But for now, it's Sally with predict.gg. Welcome.
Hey everyone, I am Sally and I'm leading Predict. We're building basically a coordination, execution, and protocol layer for prediction markets. And this is because prediction markets have been having their gold rush moment recently. And we decided instead of going for the yet another destination app to go for the picks and shovels. And with Predict, basically, we're doing that, given that prediction markets are still fragmented. They're fragmented across chains, venues, wallets, liquidity pools. And we decided to do something about it, given that users still need to basically bridge their funds. They need to switch in between wallets. They need to manage their balances basically manually across different platforms like Limitless, Kalshi, Polymarket, and the million others out there. So it's kind of like DeFi before DEX aggregators or like swap aggregators came in play, or kind of like bridges before abstractions and intents came in play. So yes, we're building Predict, which is basically an infrastructure layer and protocol for unifying this fragmentation, but also unlocking composability. Yes. And with that, basically, what we do is essentially we match and aggregate initially markets across different venues. Then we enable liquidity coordination and cross-chain execution, and then we expose those APIs for other, let's say, exchanges, wallets like our friends from Solflare here, or others, basically to integrate out of the box. But Predict behind the hood is actually made up of 3 layers. One of them is what I mentioned, which is the data or intelligence layer. The second is the liquidity and execution, but the third is actually the protocol layer. And this is where things actually become interesting, because with Predict, we basically transform positions, prediction market positions, into composable on-chain primitives. And this is actually the bigger vision of the product, because once those positions become composable, prediction markets evolve from just being standalone betting platforms into new, basically, financial primitives that can power yield, leverage, collateralization, and so on and so forth. This is essentially what we're building with Predict. This is why, yes. This is what, and the team behind this is basically 4.0 Labs. We've been in this space for quite some time. We have experience when it comes to cross-chain solutions, DeFi infra, and all of that. And we are quite confident we can pull this off. Thank you.
Any questions?
I'm just wondering, let's say you have a prediction markets user, and obviously they, at this stage, they haven't heard of Predict. They know Kalshi, they know, Polymarket, and how would you attract these users to use Predict in the first place, and what's the ideal profile of a user that you want to attract, actually? Because I think there's different profiles of users on Polymarket, not just like one type of user.
Yes, so the product is actually B2B, so it's not B2C, so it's not consumer facing. We target basically exchanges, wallets, DeFi protocols that would want to integrate with prediction markets, or give basically access to prediction markets for their users. So in that case, basically, it's not going to be the user who's using Polymarket, it's going to be the user who's, I don't know, again, on Solflare basically, and would want to have access to different prediction markets and not just, let's say, Polymarket or Kalshi.
Okay, so you're not worried about the users that are going directly to Polymarket and Kalshi, but you want to capture the other segment of the market.
Exactly, but besides that, basically with that, we are improving the trading experience when it comes to for the users ultimately, because in this case, maybe your best EV is not on Polymarket or Kalshi. We also enable arbitrage opportunities that can come out from all of this. So maybe for a specific market, the best odds lay in, I don't know, Limitless or another Predict.fun or whatever. So with Predict, we open access to different prediction markets as well.
And how do you make money? Do you take a cut from?
This is interesting. So there's, I would say, different phases to that. So the phase 1 is basically the typical execution flow percentage, but also the revenue share that we get with prediction markets on volumes. This is the initial part of things. But we also do realize that this is somewhat a race to the bottom, or can become a race to the bottom, especially because we've seen that with aggregators and so on. So this is why I mentioned that the interesting part is actually Predict protocol, where then we can build up on the use cases there as well.
Yeah, because the fees on odds are problematic, because somebody can just go to Polymarket and get better odds. I'm familiar with Asian odds and Asian betting markets. They all have revenues with the big Asian betting sites, so revenue share, I think it's better than taking cut from the users.
Exactly.
Cool. That's it for time. Thank you, Sally.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Up next, we may have a questionable one. Is Manda here with Soul Idea? No. Okay. Then it's gonna be Sergey with Open Second Brain. Welcome, sir.
Questionable.
No? You think half hour is going to be enough for judging? How you feeling?
Can you prepare a spreadsheet with all the team names as rows and the columns as all the categories, and then we sit down, we learning, and we meet for like 20 minutes to.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna take time to.
Yeah, no issue. Right, sir. Whenever you're
Hello everyone, I'm Sergey, and today I show you Open Second Brain, pay memory for agents that act. I'm building Dark Fabric, this tool for building projects for me. This is a swarm of agents, and with work with it, I almost immediately hit a problem. Agents do more and more. They write code, they call tools, generate assets, and now they can spend money. But reasoning why they spend money is hidden in terminal logs, chat history, temp files. Scrollback isn't memory. Andrei Karpaty said the context window is just short-term working memory. I took the second brain idea and made it that simple. Every agent can write history, and every agent can read it. And then pay.sh showed up, and now my agent has their own wallet in Solana mainnet. And I decided my agent should write why they spend my money by my rules, and only after that they can pay something and save it to memory. Every payment justified, every payment recorded. This is a real example. My agent spent money for generation image using pay.sh. I can show you this. I just asked agent to write a post to my blog about this demo day. He generated this image. It's a real transaction in pay.sh. So it works. And one second. Yeah. This is just example. It also works for deploys, mailing, votes, and on-chain ops. Open Second Brain is open source. It's pay layer already published in Git. You can use it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, questions again.
To understand it better, who's your biggest competitor? Who's best positioned to build something like this now?
Build what?
The same thing that you built. Who's best positioned, or who's your biggest competitor today?
Competitor? It's open source. A lot of products do the same, but from different sides.
So the core idea is that instead of sort of having just context, you allow agents to write empty files and then load empty files into context.
Yeah, it's using.
And is that the core idea of everything you're building?
Exactly, yes.
And you build this to solve your problem because you run out of context and.
Yeah. I'm a first client of this system.
Okay. So, don't you? I mean, just challenging it here. Do you think maybe that context is just like a side effect that we won't be aware in 3 to 6 months, and everything will just magically happen? Whatever you tell it, it will automatically recall memories. It will automatically do tools.
Yes,
making this obsolete. Sorry.
Yeah, my next feature will be dreaming for the system. It will be recognized with every memories and compact it, so it should work.
How do you make money?
It's open source.
Okay. All right. Any further questions? All right. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have Urban Game Theory by Poglavar Svemira.
Can you say it again?
Urban Game Theory by Poglavar Svemira. Humble. I know it's the name you wish you'd picked for your Web3 life. Do we have 8-bit here to now say his full name? He should be up next.
Urban?
8-bit. Urban Game Theory.
Game
Can I start? Thank you, everybody. This is I'm happy to present this because it combines two of my passions, which is blockchain and urban development. Both are important. So here's how it goes. Some cities are very orderly. Some are not orderly at all. But all consist of very small parcels, right? So, for example, in Buenos Aires, this is a typical parcel, very, very small. A little bit bigger in Belgrade, but this is because Belgrade is huge and has some agriculture. The problem that you have when you want to build a big project is you need to combine many parcels into one parcel. So it's very hard. And the reason it's hard, there is a lot of friction because for owners, it's very hard to passively advertise. Maybe you would like to sell your land, but as soon as you put it into ads, you get harassed, you get spammed. And for investors, it's very hard to make unsolicited offers, and it's hard to prove you're serious and to hedge your bets. Because let's say you want to build a shopping mall, you need a plot of like 5 parcels, but it's not important that they're exactly here. They could be a little bit further. So what you would want to do is make like many proposals and see which one of them trigger. So this can be helped by utilizing some crypto primitives. These are the primitives. It's an on-chain asset is automatically a public inbox. So this is a Bored Ape, and it automatically gets offers without doing anything. So it's a passive inbox, permissionless yet binding offers. So this guy can actually accept at any time, and whoever gave the offer can withdraw it, but before acceptance. And smart contract can be an escrow. So you can prove you're serious by actually locking money into a smart contract. So this is BApp is live and it works. You can create proposals, and these proposals can then be accepted by the parcel owners. And the way you control this is by this small thing called a lens. A lens is just a series of addresses where you put, let's say, notaries or people you trust. They're going to attest that the owner is the address that claims that it is. So this is actually done in smart contracts, so it works. And this is how it looks. Basically, this has a proposal, and it has many owners, right? So as owners accept, it fills up, and if all of it fills up, then it triggers, and they get the money, and you get basically the contract. That's it. Very simple thing. Utilizing 3 blockchain primitives to basically help AI. Buy all the land, because I think in the future AI is going to buy the land, it's going to build housing, and we are all going to be paying rent to AI landlords.
Living up to the name, I see. Please move a bit to the right. I gotta ask you, so you're not out of the frame. Other side. Come here, closer to me.
Other right.
Cool. Questions? Other right.
So when you make an offer, do you have to lock the whole amount?
No.
Or just percentage?
You don't have to lock anything, but then you're not very serious. Why would anyone think any high of it?
Yeah, okay. Just like the reservation fee in market is like 10% or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe if you lock 10% is like.
Yeah.
And if a person accepts and you decide not to go through with the offer, 10% stays with one who accepted.
No. So, you can put a conditional offer, which triggers only if everybody accepts. Or you can actually, if you're happy to get just some of the plots, you can do it like that, yes.
How do you feel you would bring in users to it? Sorry.
That's hard because, land is very illiquid, right? So, there is a lot of transactions going on, but maybe like 500 meters from here, there are no transactions for 5 years, right? So ideally, you use this in really big cities where there are actually transactions happening, they're actually investors. They want to build like malls, buildings, and things like that. They actually, you know, with a set amount of money, let's say $10 million, they can make 100 offers. And wherever they actually manage to get a plot of land that suits them, you know, it triggers
So there's no sort of hope in governments adopting this, and we all bid on land there or there.
So this is made, I think this removes some of the friction between investors and owners. Especially owners, you know, like to know, you know, if they have offers, if their land is valuable or not. I do not think really that the governments, that this is against the governments. You know, the governments still have the land registry. It's still a government thing. This is not replacing it. This is like just removing some of the friction from the whole process.
Would you? Sorry.
So if for the specific case of buying a mall that's like one block here or one block there, do you see there's a problem where it would be like a race to the bottom on land because all the bids are public?
It would actually maybe be a race to the top because it would increase the prices because everybody can now get, you know, more offers and people might be waiting to get more offers. I don't know.
My only question was, would you, you know, connect to land registries and would you consider privacy for this, basically?
I have a separate project for land registries.
You're coming back, so after.
Thank you so much. Round of applause, please. All right. Do we have Mr. 8-Bit here somewhere? Okay, this is gonna be fun. All right. With ownership, the last person today, unless we get someone async, it's Mr. 8-Bit Penis. I can't believe I'm saying that word in public. And it's gonna be an entrance, it seems.
What's the name of the project?
Ownership.
Yeah, I'm not Travis, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this. Okay, we're good. Yep, so I'm 8-Bit Penis, and you guys might find that name funny, but I'm the CEO of Ownership, and my partner, Vukan, is the CEO. We do media content for Ownership coins. Just by show of hands, who here knows what an Ownership coin is? Yeah, not a lot, and that's exactly what we're trying to solve. Ownership coins are one of the most transformative capital raising structures, and nobody really knows what they are, neither investors nor founders. And ownership coins really provide a way for fair capital formation in a way that doesn't require KYC, and it is fully borderless and internet native. But I don't want to get too much into what ownership coins are because you guys can just go into our social media and find that out for yourself. But we have quite a lot of content. We do podcasts, we do weekly spaces. The podcast is called, consequentially, Ownership Podcast, and Ownership, the spaces is called Ownership Radio. Whoops, my glasses are falling off a little bit, but that's fine. We also have Ownership Roadshow and Ownership Forum, which are live streams. Our first roadshow actually got like 7,000 active viewers. It was retweeted by Solana Foundation, and I'm just gonna put this off. It is basically a Shark Tank pitching And then we have Ownership Forum, which is like a roundtable with the industry's best. Last time we had on Blockworks, Loyal, and Umbra Privacy. We also do a lot of content for basically every single social media out there. So we do TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We're also featured on Solana podcasts. And we're also building our website where you'll be able to access every single one of our products and more, which is going to be the official Ownership Media website. And I don't think I have to talk too much about our traction. The numbers kind of just speak for themselves. We've been growing exponentially. We have ongoing sponsors by MetaDAO, Umbra, and probably a lot more coming. And we also are in contact with Solana Foundation for extra distribution. And yeah, that's it. That's Ownership.
Very creative pitch. Haven't seen one like this in the last 1.5 years. Appreciate that. So yeah, questions for the users that don't concern his identity.
I obviously have a question. Okay, so tough one. Why would I want my cap table to be hogged by horny 16-year-olds that are going to liquidate me on 2 quarters of wrong revenue forecasts?
I mean, you're asking a question that already has assumptions that are not true. So because your question is opinionated, it's not too easy to answer, but for now, the only way to actually solve this type of capital formation has been ownership coins, and maybe that your criticism is valid to some extent, but we don't do voting, we do trading, so the markets decide, and it's not the horny 16-year-olds that you're talking about, it's the market itself that decides who gets to do what with the treasury, and it is the only way where you can ensure that the treasury doesn't get rugged by the founders, because, I mean, I don't, like getting rugged in crypto is like one of those things that we kind of accepted over the years, and we just kind of don't even care about it, and ownership coins solve for that.
Okay, that was 50% a joke. The other 50% was sort of not a personal assumption. Maybe another one for you then. Don't you think the early stage alignment of founders and investors isn't really there when everyone's expecting you to buy the coin back from the market with capital that you could have invested in your growth, which all normal companies of the world do until they reach IPO?
Could you rephrase that question? I don't think I'm...
People want token buybacks. Token buybacks are not efficient.
Token buybacks, well, it depends on what you want to... Token buybacks can be very different. They could be accretive and not accretive. It all depends on where you're doing the buybacks at, like what price. If you're doing the buybacks below NAV, then it could be considered accretive because all the holders will actually get paid out. It's the same as a dividend, which in traditional finance, you would say it is a good thing for...
Once you go public.
It depends. For ownership coins specifically, it's just a refund mechanism. It's nothing more than that.
With capital that you earned through revenues and that you could have invested in further growth.
Okay, let's put up a situation here. Let's say I'm going to build the best perp DEX on Solana. Okay, I'm going to raise 18 months of runway. Currently, or before ownership coins, there was no way to actually make sure that I'm accountable for my actions. So basically, you as an investor had no say in what I'm going to be doing with the capital that I raised, and ownership coins give you accountability in a way where I'm going to have to make sure that in all the 18 months, I'm going to have to act. You're good.
Okay, I appreciate you, and thank you for answering all the questions.
We do have one more team that decided to present last minute, and it's going to be Age of Guilds. Where are you guys?
Okay, so I'm Jovan, this is Lazar, and we are building a game. So first of all, our third guy, our co-founder, Santiago, is having a baby, maybe as we speak, so he couldn't be here. He would be the one normally to present with the pitch deck and everything, but since he's not here, we're going to do it a bit differently. So Lazar is going to showcase the prototype that we built in the previous, let's say, around 10 days. And I'm going to talk a bit about the game. So what we want to build is a game that is first and foremost fun. It's heavily inspired by a game called Patrician 3, which is a game that came out in 2003 with elements of Age of Empires and Civilization. And our goal, first and foremost, is for the game to be fun. We believe it will be fun since it's inspired by games that are already fun to play. They have a massive fan base. But we want to add crypto elements where and how it makes sense. So those crypto elements come into play in the competitive aspect and the multiplayer aspect. So the game itself can be played by a single person just going around trading, maybe battling, but also players can join, form guilds, and those guilds then compete against other guilds to win a prize at the end of the season. So the game is split into seasons, guilds compete, and the winning guild wins everything. People can join guilds and play without actually buying into a guild, so they can just play for free. Or they can actually buy guild tokens, which represent the ownership of the guild. So if winning guild wins the game at the end of the season, the pot is distributed based on the token holdings of the guild token. We built a small prototype. It's working fine. This is like 10 days worth of work. There's a lot to be done more. But yeah.
Start with one thing, like it looks super generic right now, right? We didn't invest enough of time to make it like look properly appealing and something that would stylistically make this game like stand out also. So that's just another note here.
So yeah, I guess here primarily for the judges, but if anybody in the audience has any questions, feedback, we would really love to hear it. Sir? We are. We built already 2 DeFi protocols on SEI and on BNB. We worked in the industry for 4 or 5 years, in IT for more than 10 years. We've also developed games. Lazar has launched games that have been played by millions of players as a part of Ubisoft. So yeah.
Hard to call time, but time and questions. Yeah.
I think we can all agree that most of the blockchain games fail. Did you do any research why, and what will you do different?
Yes, I failed to mention what Josip was insisting to mention for some time, and that is that what we want to achieve with this is create a new genre of the game. So as like Fortnite came out of a Minecraft mode and League of Legends came out of Warcraft 3, I think a map. So what we're doing is taking an existing genre and creating a new genre out of it by adding this competitive on-chain mode. I think a lot of the games fail because they added Web3 where it doesn't make sense, like something essentially gimmicks, just to make it fit, just to squeeze it to make it fit. And here it really makes sense. It's actually facilitating mechanics that wouldn't be possible without Web3. So yeah, that's our take.
Economy Royale.
Yeah, Economy Royale, that's how we call the genre. Although I'm not crazy about it. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it, but yeah.
Could you describe the business model in a bit more detail?
Yeah, the business model would be a standard business model as for any game. So either like a subscription-based model or just like you buy the game and you play it. We'll probably launch it through Steam, plus any in-game content that is purchasable. And on top of that, we would have some sort of wagering mechanics and the token distribution of the guild tokens themselves, and we would take a cut from that. So yeah, multiple approaches.
Also prediction market as an idea.
Yeah, well, a lot of ideas to integrate prediction markets, to integrate NFTs, this and that, like a bunch of things. But yeah, that's.
But you're not doing like a direct play turn like they did in 21.
No.
Good. Yeah.
You can always reach out to us for debating prediction.
What's how many games on Steam there are that reached $1 billion in revenue?
No idea.
What's your path to
$2 billion revenue?
Yeah.
I don't know.
$100 million.
I don't know. I think the key thing is here that these types of games already have a huge fan base. They have a huge market. And also crypto is a market kind of distinct from that. So we're joining those two markets. I think I'm not a marketing guy, I'm a tech guy, so I cannot tell you like exactly go-to-market strategy and marketing approach. But yeah, I can tell you that it's a big market and that with some support we could actually make it. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, for everybody else, if you have some questions, feedback.
It's not live yet, right?
No. This is like 10 days.
Heavy development stuff. Yes. All right, we've come to the end of the list. 28 startups just pitched to you guys. We're going to take 30 minutes, so until 5:30 CET for the judges to make a decision. And then we'll be back on the stream and back here to announce the top 5 winners. Thank you guys. Okay, welcome to the grand finale of the Frontier Hackathon 2026. It's my pleasure to be announcing the winners. We had 28 teams, as we said before, pitching. Truly a great come out from all of you. If you didn't end up on the winner list, please do come ask for feedback. We'll explain why. We'll explain how we were judging and what we decided, and who Vidor called scammers while we were judging. First of all, we have a couple honorable mentions this time. Just some teams that did not win the cash prize, but we really wanted to kind of honor because they're really specific in their spirit or their domain or anything else. So, first and foremost, the first honorable mention goes to Rental and Tony, of course. Where is he? You really made a huge effort to be here. You pitched amazingly. We got contacted by people, off stream because of your spirit and because of everything. So thank you so much for being with us. It's always a pleasure. The second honorable mention and the last honorable mention will go to the Dinosaur Boys, Jurassic Finance. That was the most disappointing, the disappointed face I've ever seen. The pitch, you guys gotta prep a little bit. It's real life now, and you gotta come prepared, especially because you're raising now, because you're, We're not raising. Okay. All right. The third kind of honorable mention, which is actually not an honorable mention, but effectively the winner of the public good track is, of course, Lucid and Darko, which is. We're going to discuss a bit afterwards how we can help you further and give you a little prize because we don't have anything allocated. But yeah, really happy to have you with us. Thank you, man, so much. And now we head to the winners. We have 5 winners. We're going to start with number 5, which is drumroll. Do I get a drumroll? Game Bites. Congratulations on that. He actually he took I think first place at one of the last hackathons. He plays better. The project has progressed a lot, but just because you're a veteran, then you got judged a lot more harshly. So that's why the 5th place. In 4th place, it's my personal pleasure to announce Marshmallow. Definitely a venture play. He seems to have a great plan, great strategy, great app, and we're looking forward to see where he goes from here. So, breaking into the podium, in 3rd place we have, drumroll, Segmento. Especially the big guys really like Segmento. It apparently solves a lot of their issues we were not aware of, so congratulations on that, Marek. And yeah, I'll just keep announcing in sequence. The 2nd place It's my pleasure to announce the Spend Boys. And last but not least, I wonder if you guys are guessing who it is in your head. Maybe you guessed it, maybe not. It's a very good project. Drum roll. First place at the 2026 Frontier Buildstation Demo Day goes to Aret and Adrian. Lastly, I would like to thank all the teams for competing. It was really good competition this year, and of course, I would like a round of applause for our judges who spent an hour reviewing. Really wasn't an easy choice. So for the rest of you, do come by, ask any of the judges, ask Josip, ask me on feedback. And the last thing and last person, without getting too sappy, that I gotta thank, of course, is the guy that spent the most time, sacrificing himself, helping all of you, helping me, helping us, helping Superteam Balkan and the region. Please, a round of applause for Josip.
He's gonna do that, and I don't think it's necessary. So just a quick notes before we all go on our own ways, and some of you are gonna fly by and so forth. We're still gonna stick around for a few hours. Maybe somebody's gonna do late night gaming, one party or whatever. But Vidor explicitly stated, I'm open to people meeting me up. Segmento, you specifically should meet Vidor and Goliath. They really love your solution because they do those problems. I encourage you to meet those people. I have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, so forth. If they're busy, ask me when can I put you in a queue or whatever, or ask Mattia. So use the opportunity while you're around and meet with one another. We're also going to need the teams to take pictures one by one, not immediately as we close it.
We'll do a group one. It's okay.
A group one.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. This time I feel like it was the best cohort because most of you actually stayed very late night. And most of you flew by from far away, you grinded, you iterated 15 times, you didn't, Tony, you traveled 15 hours and so forth. So I'm really proud, and it feels quick note, we actually had American guys steal our money and also UK guys steal our money. Okay, that's a good question, something that I want to stress out. For the first time, at least in Web3 that I see, is we see Americans and UK guys coming here, literally flying here to find opportunities, which is actually an amazing thing. Means that we're doing something beautiful here. So yeah, thanks everyone for staying late and coming. Cheers.
After effectively 2 months of hard work from the Superteam Balkan side, we get to chill now after this demo day. So thank you guys for coming, and let's have a good time tonight and exchange knowledge. And
sorry, before we close the microphone, one quick note: everyone deserves feedback. If you didn't win, there's very specific reasons for some of you. These guys were awesome, but this is my major concern. So a lot of you were also very close to top 5. You can ask the judges, you can ask me. I also had some insight as I was eavesdropping. So if anyone has concerns, things that should have been done better, this is a good time to iterate on the concerns.
Cool. So you don't have to go home, but you can stay here. Thank you so much.